You like my poncho? Big fan, huh?
This is the right room, right? I just kind of assumed this would be where we're going to be. I mean, I guess maybe we're probably going to move to a more secure location in a second.
We can only hope.
Clearly wasn't too secure because I got here, you know?
Yeah.
Jump that border.
Kind of like the border, I was going to say. Obviously, it's not secure.
I would have been on the Mexican Olympic team, but I got here. That's why they're always bad at the triathlon and decathlon, you know?
So is your mom Mexican too?
I don't really know her, but like my blood test said I'm like 80% Spanish.
Having some difficulty there, buddy?
A few. This was not what I'd hoped here.
I think marijuana is a Spanish word. I'll have to look that up. I'm pretty sure.
Mota, señores, mota. Tienes mota. Yo tengo.
No, it is. It originates in Mexican Spanish. Marijuana.
I even got a girl coming later here to hit me with the chanclas.
Hit you with the what?
You know what a chancla is?
No.
The sandal?
You literally have a girl coming over just to hit you with a sandal?
Yeah, for the bit.
I was not made aware of this.
No, don't worry about it. It'll be good.
What girl is this? Is it?
It's a senora. Don't worry.
Oh, are you married, Gibbs?
No, not anymore.
Oh, you used to be married?
Yeah, bro. I'm divorced.
How old are you, Gibbs?
I'm 33.
Do you have any kids, Gibbs?
Not that I know of.
Always a safe answer.
Mm-hmm. You know, maybe that's why I'm getting hit with a chancla. Who knows? The toxicas.
The toxicas.
La toxicas. Yo me gusta la toxicas mucho.
You're convincing me. I mean, I'm fully on board now. I was a little bit hesitant. You know, I'm going to defend you no matter what. But I wish I don't actually have a Mexican flag. I have a Spanish flag. No, it's not close enough.
This wave Taliban flag is equal.
No, okay. That's gonna be for a different trial.
For Omar?
Yeah, maybe. I'll yeah, the closest flag that I have would be a Spanish flag.
I even have jalapeno poppers right next to me and habaneros. We're ready to go, bro.
Oh, I got some Coronas in the fridge.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I'm gonna make beeritas while we're streaming here.
Beeritas, what's that?
So I got a margarita, and then you have these cool things called mini. They're mini Mexican beers, and so you put them in your beer. So this is like a 7-ounce Modelo, because it's Modelo time, fool. And then you're gonna put it in.
So dumb.
And then we got the beer, and then you put it in the margarita.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen people do that shit. You get the drink and then you put the little beer in the Yeah, I've seen that. That's like uber Mexican. So okay.
I even have the chamoy and shit in the other room. I'm not gonna use that though, but homegirl will if she likes chamoy.
Are you dating a Mexican?
I'm dating lots of Mexicans.
Okay, all right, never mind. Forget I
asked. Everyone that comes across the border, right? That makes it through.
Listen, I'm actually at the border, and I'm. What was that? What was that plan that you had? You wanted to sponsor a thing. I'm sponsoring all the fiery, sexy Latinas.
That makes sense. Yeah, you got the citizenship too. So I mean, you got that perk. Yeah.
They marry them for the citizenship. Then we can have lots of anchor babies.
Can't you only legally marry one?
Hey,
At a
they're not
time,
legal.
but you
They're
can
not legal.
you
They
can
don't know.
cycle, right?
Oh,
And they don't read English. How are they gonna know if the papers are real or not?
Pretty sure those are probably in Spanish too these days, especially in Texas.
Nah, don't worry about it.
yeah. Good thing nothing here is being recorded or like
Yeah,
broadcast.
oh yeah, good thing. Gibbs is recording himself. Like he's
I'm not too worried. You can't be racist against your own race, right? That was not convincing, guys.
Well, there's just as there's internal misogyny, internal homophobia, there's internal racism.
Mm. Yeah, but we have all the good stuff: food,
there's
alcohol.
there's a lot of hate, self-hate amongst the whites these days. I got a study on that.
Well, they might have things to atone for potentially.
See, Exhibit A right here, Corey Campbell.
I'm not white.
Oh, that's right. Well, ugh. Next trial will
That's
be whether or not you're white.
That's a racist factoid.
You're very white passing. Like
Okay, if I showed you my baby photo, actually I don't mind DMing it to you. Doesn't really bother me.
Sure, maybe you looked more
All right, see, here you go, Lactoid.
ethnic back then or something, but like right now you look very, very much white, which is not an insult. Like there's nothing wrong with looking white, or at least there shouldn't be something wrong. Yeah, that looks great, Gibbs.
Yeah.
That looks tasty.
It's gonna be real good. Oh yeah, everything.
It seems unwieldy though, right? Like if
well, the mask is not. This is not staying on. I need
okay,
to wave my flag in support at some point here.
no, I'm just saying like it looks unwieldy even if you're at a restaurant, like trying to.
Oh, usually,
drink.
usually they have a little thing, and you like it's a little plastic thing, and you just like hook it to it, and it just holds it on the drink.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I just didn't want to like go dig through my like party supplies to
Yeah.
like find it.
See, I saw somebody drinking one of those once at like probably the most authentic Mexican restaurant I ever went to. I was the only white person there. Everyone was speaking Spanish, and then I got food poisoning. So it was very.
You got Montezuma's Revenge.
Mm-hmm. It was good food though.
Millie, looking sharp there, dude. I like it. Hello.
All right, Lactoid, tell me I don't look Asian as a baby.
Okay, I'll have to look on my phone because I don't want to bring up baby picture of you on stream.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Gibbs.
Gibbs. This is great, dude.
You like the poncho? We got the poncho.
Oh wow, that's you.
That is
Oh my-
me.
You, yeah, okay. See,
mean,
if I
also,
saw
okay,
this kid, if I saw
shit.
this kid cutting around it, like, yeah, that's an Asian kid, right? But you, it looks like you've lightened since then. Like,
Well, there's a lot of lighting. The lighting's different than there. That's for sure. Probably more natural lighting in the photo.
All right, fair enough.
Okay,
So you're
guys,
saying, okay, so
so-
like in real life, you're way more. Oh, sorry, Stardust. Go ahead.
All good. Thank you all for being here. We'll be starting momentarily. Just wanted to thank you all again. I'll pull you all in. And I'm probably going to have the settings so just people who are on video are shown on the stream. So if you want to be shown on stream, just do that. I would prefer if you are testifying to turn your camera on so you are shown. So yeah, sounds good. All right.
Modi needs an invite, by the way, so he can come join his character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here's the invite link. And all right, and I'll pull you guys in shortly. Okay. Thank you guys so much again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
So I'm telling the truth, Lactoid. That is me.
I believe you now. You're pretty. That would be Exhibit A in your trial as to whether or not you're you're Asian.
And then if I show you my birth certificate and you see my middle name,
Oh,
then it's like
guaranteed.
Oh.
I'm sure. I actually,
unless there's like some sort of typo, it's like yeah.
I actually got bits here. Gibbs. How do I say this though without you knowing how it's pronounced? That okay. Somebody wants you to pronounce a Mexican word. It's a Mexican food. It's normally served in corn husks. Can you say that?
Tamales.
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 Tamales. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I almost brought some to bring here. I should have brought them.
Tamales.
Tamales.
I always feel weird, like when I've got a case in which, like, there's some Mexican company involved, and it's like do I say it like I normally talk, or do I say it in the accent? I mean, who knows? What's more respectful? I don't know. Right? These are the
They're just gonna find it funny. All the Hispanics I know, they're gonna be like,
well,
"Yeah,
but
say it, try," and they'll be like, "Ha ha ha ha
well,
ha."
there's this kind of mix where it's like everybody expects me. Like if I said like I don't know, like jalapeno, everyone's gonna laugh at me, right? So jalapeno, that's kind of putting on like the Spanish accent. But then if I say names, I'm supposed to do that. But what about like for what words? I don't fucking know. What words do I use this rule for, and which words do I? There's gray areas sometimes. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Do it as you please.
Yeah, I think most people respect the try.
Yep. They may laugh at you if you do it really poorly, but
That's
at least you
that's.
tried.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna
You
feel
ever see,
insecure and sad.
you ever seen those
Oh,
guys, the
well,
videos where the guy dresses up like his
that'll be okay.
mariachi,
Everybody
and
else will be fine.
he dresses up like a mariachi, and he goes and interviews college kids. He's like, "Is this racist?" And they're like, "Yes." And then like he goes to the Spanish, like, "Oh no, your costume's very good. It's very good,
Wha-
sir."
Very good, sir. That's not Hispanic.
Oh, don't worry, Papa will be fine.
You're
Listen,
you're
hola,
recording,
hola,
okay?
mamacita. It's okay. It's okay.
Hola, mamacita. Okay. Okay.
Cálmate, mamas. It's called no mamas way.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I can't. No, this is. Mm-mm. Who are we? CPR needs to hurry up and show up. I'll be right back.
Wait, what? How's everyone doing?
Good,
Good.
Papa. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing great.
Mm,
Living life, vibing, the huge.
I'm arguing that you are Mexican, right, Gibbs? That's my side. I think that was my side, right? All right, good.
I sure hope so.
I
Because
think I think I think I think I'm defending you.
I think
Things,
you should clip this out and send it to your prospective clients
yeah,
down
things,
the road.
things you never want to hear. Like I'm defending you,
Defending
right?
you, right?
Yeah. Okay, I got you. No problem.
the
You're
lactoid.
guilty, right? I forgot.
Did you say you did shoot all three of those people on that thing? Oh, this is gonna be a real hard trial.
A real big oopsie.
So how about that weather?
Actually, here in Quebec, like literally, it was almost like a 25 degrees Celsius like temperature
Oh,
shift. As in,
okay. What
yesterday,
does that actually mean?
that's pretty much like I think a rough count, like 40 degrees Fahrenheit shift.
Oh,
Where like literally it was like freezing temperatures just yesterday. And then today it's like, close to t-shirt weather.
yeah. Wow.
Um, actually we like literally like set records the past couple days. Very jarring.
Okay, so so I had Taco Bell today. So I'm in order to get kind of in the spirit. And then
True
Gibbs
spirit.
has Corona or Modelo, right? Here's a question for Gibbs: Modelo or Corona? If I drink a Corona, is that like acceptable, or do I look like is Corona the Mexican beer for white guys?
Land Shark's is the white Mexican beer, but yeah,
What's that?
What the
Land
fuck
Shark?
is that? Oh my
it's
God.
like a white person Corona.
I didn't know there was a white person Corona. That
Yeah.
seems redundant.
It is redundant, but yeah, Corona's like the one that white people drink. Like anybody else drinks not Corona.
Okay. I like Modelo. I really hate Dos Equis.
That's a keys. That's a German beer, by the way.
Well, that's
Brewed in
why.
Mexico.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
not. I don't like it. It's not good.
Yeah. You want one of these?
If we're just waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the screen around.
Today, Mr. Gibbs is charged with faking his ethnicity. Miss Millie will be the prosecution. I believe Lactoid is going to be the defense. Prosecution, would you like to present what you are charging Mr. Gibbs with and give your opening statement here?
Yes. Hi. Thank you, Judge Stardust, and to the jury as well as defense and everyone else here that has arrived. I appreciate everyone coming today. But today we have a serious matter at hand. We have someone that is trying to steal an identity. Okay? Someone trying to steal the identity of Mexican people. See, look at this man. A man wrapped himself in a shirt and flag all over his face, trying to claim that he, as a white Russian, is a Mexican. This is false. This is untrue. Now, we have multiple cases of people coming in stating that this is actually a Russian. And as you will see here today, it will be proven with evidence and testimonies. So please, I beg you, let us prove that this man is a Russian, not a Mexican. Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge Stardust.
No problem. Defense, would you like to give your opening statement?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know when you see Gibbs and you see how much he drinks, it could be easy to confuse whether he might be Russian or Mexican. I understand that. But the reality is there's so much about this man that truly just screams the Mexican anthem in my ears and hopefully yours as well. Look, my friend Gibbs is a Mexican, okay? When I look at him, I see an Aztec high priest on top of a glorious pyramid. And much like the foes of his ancestors, our opponents' heads are going to roll. This man is so Mexican, we may as well call him Nahuatl. That's his true culture. He comes from the very foundations of Mexico. Maybe a little bit of Spanish, but really, really Mexican. And look at him. I mean, you look at this man. I don't know how you can't see the Mexicanness when you look at this man. And I understand it could be confusing. You know, what kind of Mexican is he? But looking at his bandana, his beer choices, and his love for America, I think it's clear that he truly is a genuine Mexican. Thank you.
Okay, we'll start off with the prosecution will make their case, and then the defense will make their case. Okay, so prosecution, why don't you proceed? Do you have any witnesses that you'd like to call to the stand?
Yes, my first one is currently a little bit late, but I believe we can first start off with the mother of Admiral Gibbs,
Okay,
the one that birthed. So
go
I
right
call
ahead.
forth Fairy Queen to the stand.
Oh, okay, here she is.
That's a California hitchhiker. That's not a Mexican. What is going on?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are about to go where no woman or man has gone before, into the depths of truth, into motherhood, that itself. Welcome. I am Serenity Moonbeam. How may I be of assistance?
Yes. Can you please introduce yourself to the court?
Yes. Hello, I am a spirituality life coach located in El Salvador. I moved there over 20 years ago to better reconnect with the Earth's electrons. The grounding bed sheets that I found, unfortunately, were not sufficient to help me reconnect with my inner spirit. And so I moved to better reconnect again with the Earth's electrons and my initial roots as a Native American.
Can we get your name though, please?
Yes, my name is Serenity Moonbeam.
I see. So Serenity Moonbeam. Did I get that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here today. Can you please tell the court the court what your relationship is to Mr. Admiral Gibbs?
Mr. Admiral Gibbs is the flesh of my flesh, the son of my womb. Like the sun that rises into the sky, so too did Admiral Gibbs, my son, come into my life, Serenity Moonbeam, the sun and the moon, reconnecting once again.
Can you simplify that for us, just so the rest of us can understand what you're trying to say?
Yes, Admiral Gibbs is my son.
Ah, I see. I see. And now, when did you give birth to Admiral Gibbs?
I gave birth to Admiral Gibbs approximately 30 years ago in El Salvador.
In El Salvador. And now, do you recall who the father is?
Why, yes, of course. My darling husband, Juan. We met together in El Salvador on a spirituality trip. We're together when we took DMT, we held hands, looked up, reconnected with the mother principle, and said yes. And thus Admiral Gibbs came into the world.
I see. Now, would there have been any chance of you having sexual relationships with another man at this time?
There is, in fact, a possibility. For you see, as a proud member of the LGBTQ community, I believe that love is free, that it belongs to all, that I've experienced so much love with so many people in so many places. In fact, approximately, I believe it was like in the year in which I gave birth to Admiral Gibbs, I traveled across to a bar in Ireland, and there I did indeed enjoy the pleasure delights with at least a number of gentlemen there.
And was it just Ireland that you went to? Were there any other places that you had gone to in that time
No,
frame?
no, I traveled to Russia, I traveled to Spain. I really wanted to enjoy the culture of Earth, and so I traveled far and wide.
I see. I see. I know we recently had you uh, take a paternity test under your own um, recommendation.
Yes, I believe so.
Can you explain to us why?
I wanted to ensure that Admiral Gibbs did in fact know who in fact his father was. For you see, on the evening in which I was uncertain, I walked into a bar and I came across three men there, a Russian, a German, a Frenchman. All scientists competing to discover why the reason was why the head of a man's penis is large, usually generally larger than the shaft. In a race to get all their findings published, they inadvertently published them on the same day. The Frenchman, he published that the reason for the bulbous end of the male member was definitely for the pleasure of the woman. And so, in fact, I had to discover this for myself from the Frenchman. Unfortunately, the spirits are not allowing me to light this candle, the cast that I made of the man's member. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Um, the Germans, much more calculated and deliberate in their claim, claimed that the reason for the function of the enlarged head was in fact to stimulate the man. The Russian, however, in his infinite wisdom, published that this was a tremendous course of study which had led him to far further breakdowns there than all of the other European teams combined, which was, of course, that the shape and the weight of the head of the male penis is thus laid to science that the man's hand does not slip off during masturbation. And so I had to discover whether or not this was true, and thus all three, and by trying out all three, discovered in fact the reality of playing within.
I I see. Okay. Bear with me a moment. I'm a bit shocked here after seeing those. So it is possible that uh, his father may not be Juan, as you claim.
It may not be possible, but I do believe that he is my son. However, I cannot say for certain who in fact the father is.
Well, under the paternity test that you chose to take, yes, he is your son.
I believe he is my son. The question is, who is the father? And really, I think that his father, really, we shouldn't be concerned about this because, after all, isn't he simply a gift to the world? Are, in fact, not all men his teachers? Is there not only one Father that guides above us from up and afar?
Well, the question of him being a gift is questionable. So I appreciate you answering my questions quite thoroughly and lengthily, as well as your visual examples. I think with that, I will transfer you over to the defense for any further questioning.
Okay, defense. Do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I got a few questions. So, I apologize. Your name is Serenity Moonbeam. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
All right. And Serenity, you mentioned a little bit about your the use of DMT. Is that correct?
That is true, yes.
And how often do you use DMT?
I would say every month at the full moon, exactly.
Okay. Do you ever use any other substances? Perhaps LSD, for example.
Absolutely. I use that every crescent moon.
Okay. And then what about magic mushrooms? Do you ever use those drugs?
In fact, yes. In fact, I'm using them right now. It's a lovely tea. We call it microdosing. We use it every day.
I know a streamer who is very similar to you.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people like this. So, am I correct in believing you're under the influence of drugs right now?
Well, listen, I don't prefer to think of it as a drug. I prefer to think of it as a medicine that guides me to the reconnecting truth of life. Do you understand?
I think I do. Serenity, when you said before, the flesh of my flesh, when you described Admiral Gibbs as the flesh of your flesh, is it not true that all human beings are interconnected, and thus we are all the flesh of each other's flesh?
Absolutely. I think that this search tonight for who the father is absurd. For you see, every woman is a mother, and every father is, of course, every man is, of course, also a father. And thus, in fact, who can we say for certain who, in fact, is the dad, the father?
But you believe the father to be somebody named Juan.
I believe him to be, which was why I took the paternity test simply to make sure, just to be certain.
Wonderful. Now, you said that you met with several gentlemen from, I think, Russia, or you describe them as the Russian, a German, and a Frenchman. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
How long did you know the Russian, German, and Frenchman?
I only knew them for one night at the bar.
So not nearly enough time to test what their actual genetic ancestry is, correct?
Oh, well, not enough, but certainly enough time to make a cast of the members that I have displayed before me.
I'm sure it was a productive night.
And by in fact, comparing each of the specimens that I have before me here, I was in fact able to determine that in fact which ethnicity each penis specifically belongs to. The Russian, the German, and the Frenchman behind me.
It's like a different kind of phrenology almost.
We have an interjection from the jury. I will advise the jury to keep quiet. But one of the interjections of the jury is, if the carpet isn't red, then remove Gibbs' head. Very inappropriate for a jury member. Please stop.
I completely concur. This is an altar, sir, a moment of spirituality. We must now cleanse this shortly.
I have no further questions, actually. Thank you.
Okay. Any redirect from the prosecution?
Yeah, just one question for what was the name again?
Serenity Moonbeam, dear.
Serenity Moonbeam. I see. Okay. Can you do me a favor and tell me how many inches are those candles?
Goodness, no.
Objection. Relevance.
Let's compare. Let us find out. I think I have a tape measure somewhere. If you will please excuse me to go find it, I would be more than happy to measure the white penis here on camera. One moment, please.
Oh, I mean, if you want to let me know after this, jury, that works too.
Of course, of course.
Of course, yes. No further questions. No further questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Serenity Moonbeam. If I can speak today, thank you so much for coming and presenting your case or presenting your testimony. And I will hand it back over to the prosecution. Do you have another witness you'd like to call?
Yes, I have one other I'd like to call for. If I could have Dmitry Vigkok to come to the stand, please.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, this is important to me. So,
Good, good. Now, could you please introduce yourself real quick to the jury?
yes, I am Dmitry Vigkok. I am Grand Hero of Russian Federation, and I am here to take back my son. I am sick of the way that you Americans have taken him away from me. I have seen what you've tried to do, taking away my country from me. I am sick of you, and I will take my son back.
Ah, yes. And you say your son. And now, who might you be referring to?
I am referring to this man dressed in the rags of a failed state. A failed state that compares nothing to the Russian Federation.
Uh, could you please state his name for us?
I don't know what name you Americans have given him. I believe it's Admiral Gibbs. All right. I knew him as Dmitry Vigkok II.
I see. So you had also given him a name.
Yes, I have thought of him for many years. 33 to be exact.
Now, is there anyone within this room that you can point to that you may have had relationships with?
Yes, I can point to this person who is LARPing as some spiritual guru. All right, I knew her as Serena Littlecock. All right, and when I met Serena Littlecock, all right, she might make up stories about some one night in bar. This is not what happened. She at one point was capitalist, and just as we were experimenting with your Western ways of living, I decided to go ahead and experiment as well. And this is when we went ahead and experimented everywhere. Yes, we experimented in Russia. We experimented in Spain. We experimented in Italy. And Italy, when we met the Pope, she gave her witch powers. I don't understand why. All right, it was a very big, weird time Jean Paul was going all thing. And she was with child, and then I was without. It is disgusting the story she paints of me.
I see. I see. So you had actually traveled around with Miss Serenity.
I loved her.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
How long were you guys together?
It was approximately 14 days.
I see.
Yes.
Now you can be certain that throughout this time you had sexual relationships with Miss Serenity.
Have you ever been to Donut Shop? I have enjoyed that coming to America. You have Donut Shop.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know the Boston Cream Donuts?
I'm certainly familiar with them.
All right, I would like for you to go ahead and bridge gap before I go ahead and make much grander Russian statements about our federation.
I see. I see. Okay.
Yes.
Now, were you asked?
Tasty. They were tasty too.
Now you were asked to provide a sample for a paternity test. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, I did.
And have
Strong
you
like
heard?
bull.
I see. I see.
I
Glad
have
to hear.
lots of cum inside of me, is what I'm saying.
Where?
Okay.
It's stored in these little pistons I have next to ball. This is what I have learned recently, is that there is small tube that goes ahead and is connected to the ball that goes ahead and stores the semen. I learned this yesterday when perusing American University. They explained many things, especially how many holes were down there. Did you know there was a separate pee hole?
Like, yes. Yes, sir, I did. Uh, yes, Mr.
It's different than penis hole. I've learned this. It is one thing I will thank you Americans for.
Somebody in the audience is interjecting again, saying, if it's not read down below, then Gibbs to the gallows. I will remind you all again, we need order in this court. I do not appreciate these interjections. Continue, prosecution.
Yes, thank you very much. With the jury interrupting us, I apologize, Mr. Dimitri. But so you had taken the test, and have you heard back those results?
No, there was some woman that came to me in the morning, and it was not like a funeral, sorry, in the morning, I think. And she tried to say something to me. It made no sense whatsoever. It was again in some bastardized proto-English that I could not even understand to begin with, almost like Cthulian. But I also may have done drugs last night with Serena.
I see.
So I may have imagined those, but no, I have no idea really if he's the paternity has come back. I hope it's not another one of your devilish American lies that goes ahead and separates father from son.
Yeah, well, of course not. But you are for certain that Mr. Admiral Gibbs is your son.
I love him.
Okay, thank you very much. I will hand you over to the defense now.
Yeah.
So, Dmitry Vidcock, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing well. I finally get to see my two beloveds in the same room for the first time in, well, since, you know, the struggles.
What do you mean by the struggles?
When I didn't have them. This was the struggles. This
So-
is not struggles right now.
You stated that you loved Serena. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. I loved her as much as man could love a woman.
Over the course of just 14 days.
That is about as long as man can love a woman, yes.
Were there other men involved during these 14 days?
Not that I am known of. But, again, do you think there were other men involved?
I'm asking the questions here.
No, I'm asking you. Do you think other men were involved?
Dimitri,
Is she a whore?
I have some questions for Serena about her candles after this. So
I understand you're asking that. Is she whore? I did.
Someone get this man a tissue.
Are you crying right now, or what's happening?
I am perspiring from I am strong for the Russian Federation.
But Dimitri, you're so torn up right now. Isn't it true that
Yes.
during your testimony that you compared Serena to a cream-filled donut?
I know what I am capable of. And I know what I would do again.
Would you go back to Serena even if Admiral Gibbs is indeed Mexican?
There is only little bits of time that we have in this world to understand happiness. This is going to come in bursts and grows, and I've tried long to reestablish that in my own life through service to Grand Russian Federation, but there is nothing like that love. I will kill Juan for you. And for me.
You will what?
Juan. This Juan that is the one that she is talking about.
The one
Her
who, right? The
Her
one,
husband.
the one who
Yes,
she
I
believes
took down
is the
notes.
father of Admiral Gibbs.
Yes, I will for combat. I took notes during this.
Yeah, is
Are you
Juan?
not taking notes? Get on the picture, man.
Is
What can I
Juan
think of a fellow American swine wearing that flag in the background like that?
Dmitry? Is Juan a Russian name?
I do not know this one. I do not wish to know this one. And I will do everything I can to unknow this one if need be.
Is Juan a French name, Dmitry?
Do I look like I know French? I only know of their lovemaking and pastry design.
Is Juan a German name, Dmitry?
This is not, again, I know nothing of the Germans, but what they did to us in World War II.
No further questions.
Any redirect from prosecution?
Do you like donuts?
Yes, I very much like donuts. I got a whole dozen of Boston creams. Reminds me of simpler times.
Times with Serenity?
Serena.
Oh, so
Don't let
Serena.
her lie to you like
Uh,
that. The capitalists have gone to her.
Miss Serena, as you know her, but she is claimed
Serena
to
Littlecock, yes.
be Little Cock. Okay, yes, Little Cock, Big Cock.
Yeah, I was trying to fix her.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I'm. Boston creams are great. Thank you. That is all.
I do have some further questions. So if Serena has turned off her video, but I would like if Serena is able to demonstrate. Dmitry, could you identify which candle was modeled after your member?
No, I cannot go ahead and make any assertion. I've never looked at it. I've only used it and wagged it as like a threat to other enemy.
So it's possible that none of these are your member.
I haven't looked at my cuck in 33 years. Since I've known her. I don't remember. It is far off thought. I just put the soap there, wipe, and then wash it away. I don't dare look at the thing that has caused me such struggle, such loneliness in this life after not knowing it. It disgusts me. I wish to become metal, if I cannot have Serena.
Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Did you have any questions for Miss Fairy Queen or defense? No. Okay.
No,
All right.
I just wanted to know if he could identify which candle was his, but
Okay. All right. Okay. So I believe the prosecution has another witness to call to the stand.
Yes. Is he available at this moment?
Yes, he is. He seems to be available.
Okay.
I'll bring him in.
Yes.
Just one moment here. I don't believe he has the camera on, but you can see his profile pictures.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. A Papa Gibbs.
Sí.
Sí, sí, hello.
No, no,
Sí,
What?
no,
And
yo
sí,
soy
I am here.
Admiral Gibbs.
Papá,
Sí,
no,
hijo.
Hello, hello.
híjole.
Mijo, hello.
Wait,
Oh,
there seems to be a mix-up here. Why are there two? There are two Papa Gibbs here. What's
There are at
going on?
least three.
Que yo soy Papa Gibbs, ¿es?
No entiendes.
No sé.
no mames, güey. ¿Cuál es mi papá? ¿Dónde?
It's me?
Which
you don't recognize?
which Papa Gibbs here would be able to identify a woman that they had slept with how many years ago? Again, was it
30? I
30?
think 30.
30?
¿Cómo se llama?
Sí, 30.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
You know what? Since we've got two of them here, we'll just question them as one witness. How about that? Well,
okay.
very
Sounds good.
efficient. Okay. And Miss Serenity Moonbeam, are you able to turn your camera on again? Okay. Go ahead. Prosecution.
Yes. Now, one and one two. Do either of y'all recognize Miss Serenity here?
¡Ay, qué bonita!
Sí.
Sí.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Excuse me, Judge. I think there's going to be a bit of a language barrier here, so to bear with us. I think that it's going to have an easy time with that,
No
be it how
problem.
big
No
he is.
problem.
But so has either of you Juan one and Juan two engaged in sexual relationships with Miss Serenity?
Sí.
Sí, number one.
Sí. Yo soy number one.
I see. Ah, okay. And about how long ago were your sexual relationships with Miss Serenity?
Che, lo siento, no sé.
10, 20, 30 years ago?
30.
20 años.
I see. Okay, okay. And now, was this at the same time or separate?
No entiendes.
Together?
Well, see, what happened was I
Oh.
go back in the day. I was in Juárez. I see a que bonita. And I say, hello. And she say, hello. And we
Mm-hmm.
go from the bar to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just,
And then, now, was
you know
it
what I'm
just?
saying?
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Are you engaging in that now?
No.
Sí, grandes tetas.
But you're engaging in sexual relationships currently on the stand?
Sí, con
I don't,
Stardust.
I
With
don't
wait,
say that.
wait.
That's not any of your business. I'm sorry.
No mama's way.
it seems my our second prosecution has arrived. The other attorney has arrived. Can we get him dragged
Yeah,
in here,
yes.
please?
Let's pull in the second prosecution. Just one moment here. Okay, we have an interjection from the audience once again, and I will remind you all, please stop. Gibbs' hair is redder than the USSR flag. Guilty. Okay, this is inappropriate. This is inappropriate behavior from members of the audience. I remind you again, we need order in this court. Okay, so we have more than one. So which one of you is one?
Yo soy número dos.
Okay.
No. Me.
Wait, are you
I am.
Juan one?
Yes, sí.
Sí,
Okay.
número uno.
He's the imposter. Among us, imposter.
We have an imposter. So wait, did both of you engage in sexual relationships with Miss Serenity at the same night or on separate nights?
I no sé. I don't remember.
No. Oh. Did, were you intoxicated that night, or was it too long
Absolutely.
ago? I see.
100%.
Now, what was your beverage of choice that night?
Corona.
Corona?
Mucho tequila.
Oh, and tequila. Oh, so it could have been one or the other. I see. Do you guys eat the worm in the tequila? Just a personal question, real quick.
Sí.
Okay. I'll try it next time. Thank you. Anyways, yeah. Does the other prosecution here have any other questions they'd like to ask? One and one two.
I'm gonna have to end there. Sorry.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
I sorry.
now,
Why am I here?
well, you were asked to take a paternity test. Well, both of you, right? Yeah. Did you get not the same cup, right? Okay. But anyways, you guys were asked to take a paternity test in regards to Admiral Gibbs. Have you heard the test results back?
See?
So you know.
See?
Ah, I see. Okay. Then
Es mi hijo.
it is.
See?
Well, I
Número dos es papá.
okay. No further questions onto the defense.
Hello, Juan 1 and Juan
Sí.
2. Hola. Bueno noches.
Speak English, please.
Your Spanish is terrible. Please speak English.
Sí. So Juan's are both of you Mexican?
Sí.
Who's asking?
I am asking Lactoid.
Are you asking for my green card?
I am not with immigration.
See?
Okay, so you are Mexican.
See?
Okay. During the activities with Serena, did you use protection?
What is?
¿Qué dice?
That's answer enough. Where did this activity occur?
En la casa de Juan número uno.
Okay, so Juan does you recall who was involved during this moment?
Sí.
And it was Juan 1 and Juan 2.
Sí, número uno y número dos.
Was there any other Juans involved?
I think there was another one, Juan Tres, Juan Cuatro.
Sí, mi primos.
It's hard to remember. There's a lot of grabbing and,
Gotcha. Okay. And you stated Juan 1. You stated that you took a paternity test, and
See?
Admiral Gibbs is your
See,
hijo.
it's my baby boy. It's mi hijo.
Tu
So
niño?
proud. See?
And it's true. And so if he's your son, then he can't be the son of some Russian, isn't that right?
Ruska? No?
Do we know which one is the father?
Juan?
It's me.
Number
It's me.
1.
Sí, número uno.
Okay.
No further questions.
I have question. Can Juan One provide the evidence of the paternity test? Does he have the documents to back up the statement?
See, I got it in a mail.
Do you have the paperwork on file to?
Momento.
Can you please provide those to the court, please?
One moment.
Juan 2, did you take a paternity test as well?
No.
My apologies, chat. I accidentally misclicked. Juan 2 said no.
I need to take a 5-minute recess.
Okay, no problem. We're taking a 5-minute recess. Okay, and I will play the music, the theme for you all today. Okay, one moment here. Okay, that was the wrong one. One
Cálmate,
moment.
mi gato. Cálmate, gato.
Good time for comments from the court. Very true. Okay, so let's go through them. Juan, the hell is going on here from NoCal Mike? Well, I'm not quite sure myself. Thank you for being here. Clamato? What is Clamato? Looks like a small Ewok just jumped into his lap. Into whose lap?
Hello, Judge.
Hello, yes.
I sent a picture of test in chat.
Oh, okay. All right. One moment here. Okay. All right. I will send it to the prosecution here.
The defense would also like a copy.
I will send it to the defense as well.
And I think Modi needs to be dragged in, right, Gibbs?
Yes. Okay. Any redirect from the... Oh, wait. We are in the middle of redirect. My apologies. Okay. So I guess our recess is over. The prosecution would like to continue. Okay.
Now, I would like to note that if this document can be shown to the court, that this appears to be a handwritten note.
That's what I got in the mail.
This seems to be. Do we need to wait until judge can show?
Yeah. Give me one moment here.
Okay.
Okay. It is sideways, but we will show it for the.
Thank you.
Okay, here it is for the jury to see. It is a sideways note. Father seems to be misspelled on it, spelled Fother.
Yes. Now, this does not seem to be an official document stating that you are the father, Mr. Juan.
No, see, I got it in the mail. Es
Are you
mío.
sure you did it? Are you sure you didn't mail it to yourself?
No sé.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I'd like to ask, how much were you paid by the defendant for this testimony?
Objection. What? Questioning my integrity.
Mucho dinero.
So I wanted to question your integrity here, Elijah. But I'm just saying, it seems a bit weird. We see a badly written note for paternity, and we're supposed to take any of this seriously. How much were you paid?
What you mean badly written?
don't don't worry
What's
about
wrong
Did you
with it?
receive any
What's
coronas
wrong with
for
it?
this?
What's
it.
wrong with it?
If English is your second language, then I wouldn't expect you to know that it's badly written. And that's
What's
okay.
wrong with it?
How much were you paid? I
Tell
know
me
you
what's wrong with it.
understand American money. How much
Everything
were you
is spelled right.
How much were you paid?
I'm a father.
You're the father. Okay. All right.
Father,
So
yeah.
give us. Do us a favor. Give us a rundown of your memories of Gibbs when he was younger. Yeah.
He was he's a very good little boy. He's tiny.
Tiny.
Pick him
Okay.
up.
Lies right there. All right. We can fact check that one. But go ahead.
I pick him up, take to school.
You picked him up and took him to school.
See, he's a good
Those
boy.
are your memories.
See?
Those are your deep. That's your deep personal connection to our
And I'm
to the
sorry,
defendant.
Mr. Lawyer, man. I had to work.
You have to
Take
work.
care of my kids.
Oh, your kids.
How many kids?
8.
Right, 8.
Sí.
Name them.
Ricky,
Carlos,
Gibbs,
The fuck y'all bring Nick Fuentes here?
Hold
Jesus.
on. Let him name them.
Gibbs,
Jorge,
Jorge,
Sergio,
Oh, why do you need
that
help?
one,
Name the kids by yourself. Go ahead.
Ricardo, Pedro, Juan, Juan 2. That's it.
Okay. Name them again.
Ricky, Gibbs, Ricardo, Pedro, Juan, Juan 2. That's it.
That's 5. You said 8.
That's 7.
No.
Siete, güey. Siete.
Okay.
Siete.
Okay. The prosecution, at least my questioning, ends there.
Agreed.
Just some follow-up questions. They said that it was badly written, but isn't it true that doctors have famously bad handwriting? Isn't that true, Juan?
Not bad spelling. Sorry. Excuse me.
I spell right. Yo soy father.
So even if it was badly written, that would just be evidence that it was from a doctor, right, Juan?
It's not badly written.
I'm not saying it is badly written. I'm not trying to offend you. But let's say it was badly written. That would just be more evidence that it's from a doctor, right, Juan?
See?
All right, thank you. That's all the questions I have.
Hey, thank you to both Juans here, even though we don't know which one is the real Juan.
It's me.
Oh, lo siento, la migra es en mi casa, so I have to go now.
Okay, thank you so much for coming, both of you.
Okay. Bye, son. Love you.
Ah!
Okay. Thank you. All right. Proceeding forward. Prosecution, do you have any other witnesses to call to the stand?
Admiral Gibbs, please.
Okay. I do think we should wait until Admiral Gibbs testifies via prosecution, and then you can question Admiral Gibbs
Mm.
if
Okay.
that's okay.
Sure. I have. We have one other that we can bring
Okay.
forward.
Okay.
Dr. Corey Campbell, to the stand, please.
Okay. Okay. Go right ahead.
Hello.
Doctor, please, if you can introduce yourself.
Yes. My name is Corey Campbell, Dr. Corey Campbell. I am affiliated with the Advanced Surgical Solutions Health Center. That's where I work out of.
The ASS Institute?
The ASS Health Center, to be correct, more specifically.
I
Advanced
see.
Surgical Solutions.
I see. Very reputable. Yes. And where did you study?
I studied at the McGill University Health Center.
I see. Very reputable as well.
Absolutely.
Now,
The
can you
Harvard of
explain-
Canada, actually.
See. Now, can you explain to us why you're here today?
Yes, I believe I am here. Well, first of all, I think my primary reason to be here is I have the results of the paternity test. I have 2 sealed envelopes that will be read shortly to reveal who the father is, to pretty much put an end to this fiasco and settle things once and for all, and to provide some expert testimony on some pieces of evidence that I think will be displayed.
Okay. Well, can we please start with the evidence then?
Yes, although
I believe it was a facial analysis.
yes, is that going to be displayed?
Yeah, I believe so. I think we need to wait on Judge Stardust to provide that to the jury.
Yes, jury, sorry, can let me pull this up here. You just wait one moment with me. Facial analysis, okay. So
I think you should have it there then.
I do have it. Just making it visible for the jury. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Okay, it is presented for the jury to see.
Okay. And Dr. Corey Campbell, if you could please review this evidence that you have here today.
Yes. As the individual to provide expert testimony, myself, is pretty clear here. In terms of the facial analysis, okay, you have the clear pale skin on the forehead, okay, and the blue-green eyes, and the freckles and the red hair, clearly depicting the ginger nature of Admiral Gibbs, and thus the extremely unlikelihood or rather the strong likelihood of them being essentially of Caucasian descent.
I see. And now, would there be a discernible or a high possibility of this man being of Hispanic descent?
Extremely unlikely. Based off what's clearly depicted here, there are no signs whatsoever. In my expert opinion, with decades of experience, there's virtually no chance. And everything points to not Spanish.
I see. And would you say that this would actually, in turn, lead to a Russian descent?
Uh, Almost certainly, yes. Again, in my own expert opinion, from decades of experience doing this for many other trials, yes, I believe that is correct.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I will hand it off to my partner if he has any questions for you.
I just want to see there are other features that we might be able to focus in on. So, for instance, we have a thick, scruffy beard on this individual. Is that the case? Would you say so?
So if that's directed at me, yes, I would. That's clearly the facial beard, the red hair that is clearly depicted there in the facial analysis. Yes.
Mm. And having years of experience, right, with men such as this, would you say that's an attempt to hide a extremely weak, somewhat maybe even call it feminine, cheekbone structure and chin?
Uh, you know what? I cannot rule it out as a possibility.
You
Obviously, we'll
can't rule
never know
out
for sure,
femininity.
but it
Okay.
it absolutely yes. Pretty much to I've seen it before. You know, the weak jawline, trying to cover it up. Absolutely.
Yes. Very soft soy boy type of jawline. You think you'd say so?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that particular tint of red in the beard also seems to sort of strongly indicate, sort of as you mentioned, the soy boy aspect in terms of high estrogen levels tend to result in redder hair and the lower jaw, the facial hair in the lower jawline. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. And so, is that indicative of the strong Latin community? Well, I mean, would you say the Latin community is full of soy boys?
In my absolute expert opinion, no, it is not indicative of that at all
Mm,
whatsoever. I've never come
mm,
across any such case.
yes, they are generally what we would call them in English Chads, right?
Oh yes, definitely so.
Okay, all right. And looking over this Admiral Gibbs, you wouldn't say that that fits that sort of definition.
No, just based off of this clear facial analysis displayed as evidence, but also I can clearly see just him in front of me, just not only just his face, his mannerisms, his overall demeanor. In my expert opinion, pretty much it's crystal clear.
And talking about definition, I mean, he has no muscle definition any which way, right? Like, there's nothing defined. It's more of a round sphere of a man. That Admiral
Yeah,
Gibbs.
well, I don't want to be pedantic, but sphere and man kind of oxymoron or not don't really correlate together very strongly. So really, it's the more spherical aspect is predominant.
And when we think of Latin men, we think of chiseled bronze gods, correct?
Yes, absolutely. That's what
Okay.
I've seen over and over again.
Okay. Thank you so much. No further questions.
Okay. Uh, Prosecution, you wanted to present anything else, or?
Before we get to the test results, I'll allow our defense to ask any questions before then.
Dr. Corey Campbell, you stated that you work at the Ass Health Center. Is that true?
The Advanced Surgical Solutions Health Center, that is correct.
And how long have you worked at the Ass Health Center?
At least 10 years now, if not more.
So you've been in the Ass Center for about a decade, is that right?
Yeah, I have plenty of experience with the Ass Center. Yes, the Advanced Surgical Solutions.
You
Health
would
Center.
consider yourself to be an ass man at this point, right?
Oh yes, that is undisputable. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a clear track record of Ass Health Center. Yes.
Understood. I'm just trying to establish your background here. So before you became an ass man, where were you going to school again?
At the McGill University Health Center.
Okay. The McGill University Health Center. And where is that located?
That is located in the northern area of the United States.
The northern area, where there's not too many Mexicans. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
Okay. So your time in university, perhaps you weren't exposed to too many Mexicans. Is that right?
Well, no. There's clearly a wide range of diversity all across the United States. I believe the United States is known not only for its diversity, but also in my personal experience, lots of diversity in the United States.
Especially in the North Midwest. Very well known for its diversity, right?
Yeah, from what I've heard, I hear things from my colleagues.
Okay. From what you hear, but not from what you've experienced.
No, I'm very focused on my work at the Ass Health Center. Absolutely.
Okay, understood. So I just want to go through a little bit of some history questions. Isn't it true that Spain colonized Mexico, Corey?
From what I understand, but this is outside my area of expertise. I'm really focused on the Ass Health Center, but that is my understanding.
So leaving aside the Ass Center for just 1 second,
I'll try.
I'm going to, I guess, maybe frame this a little bit differently then. So in my experience, what I've seen is Spain colonized Mexico, and Spain is full of white people. Would you agree with that statement?
Depending on which leading expert you ask, you can answer yes to that question, potentially.
Okay, so at least in the view of some experts, Spain is full of white people.
To some experts, yes.
Okay, and these white people came to Mexico and colonized it.
That is my understanding of history based off what you just outlined right now.
So it's very possible.
As you leading me towards that answer, it's possible.
So it's very possible that Mexicans in Mexico have Spanish ancestry.
That is possible based off what you just said right now to me.
Thank you. And so at the very least then, if we know that many Mexicans have ancestry from Spain, that just simply looking at a facial analysis would be insufficient to determine someone's nationality. Isn't that right, Dr. Corey Campbell?
No, actually, as the technology has advanced over the years with the introduction of AI algorithms, the facial analysis technology is really robust. But we have other pieces of evidence to pretty much further our case.
So the AI analysis identified pale skin, blue-green eyes, freckles, and red hair. And this required an AI to determine. Is that correct?
Well. So no, wait. Make no mistake. The AI analysis and what's translated to the lay person, such as yourself, as in the AI algorithm is identifying something specific, but we word it so that people like yourself, the lay people, can understand it. When the pale skin, the technical terminology for pale skin, you might not be familiar with it. That's why we use pale skin.
Well, understood, but when I look at the results, pale skin, blue-green eyes, freckles, and red hair, it's not stating that someone from Mexico can't have these features. It's not stating that.
You are technically correct. It's not explicitly saying that it's impossible. Yes.
Okay. And even if it happened to be unlikely, you would agree as a scientist in high regard at the Ass Center that sometimes recessive genes can express themselves in rare circumstances. Isn't that correct?
They can in exceptionally rare circumstances. Nothing is impossible.
And those circumstances are bound to happen with some percentage of the Mexican population. Isn't that true?
You are correct. Some people do win the lottery. Yes.
You stated before during your testimony that his mannerisms were not Hispanic. Are you appealing to racial stereotypes of how you think Mexicans should act?
No. Again, I'm just going by the AI algorithm in terms of what it identifies. I have an earpiece, okay, and I have a filter that pretty much runs the AI algorithm, and it pretty much allows me to pretty much do. I'm just fed the information. I'm going by what I'm told.
Have you read the recent report by Tumblr blogger Anita Fuck the Patriarchy that AI oftentimes comes to racist conclusions because the people who program AI are in fact racist? Have you read this blog post?
Objection. Objection.
I have not read
Overruled.
it. I have not read it because, from what I understand, Tumblr pretty much doesn't exist, or who goes to that website? That's pretty outdated, and like pretty much that's outdated technology and sort of a cesspool of the internet, from what I understand. Tumblr.
So you're not looking at there's certain research that you are ignorant to because you're too good to go to look at that research. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, like I said, I'm from the prestigious Ass Health Center, and like Tumblr, we're definitely not affiliated with that at all, and have no reason to go to that type of research.
I mean, as a proud ass man, you wouldn't want to be caught dead on Tumblr, right? Because
no, absolutely not. You are correct.
Corey, are you being paid for your time here today?
No, absolutely not.
Really? So you just come and testify as to paternity tests for free?
Yeah, I believe there's a term for that. I mean, I understand you might not be familiar as a lawyer, but I think the term is pro bono.
Okay. How much of your work is dedicated to coming to trials and doing court work?
I try to dedicate about half of my time as pro bono work.
So you do half of your time for free coming to trials to show paternity tests.
Yeah, I'm very thankful that the Ass Health Center, I am very well compensated, again, due to my expertise. And therefore, I can devote half of my time to pro bono work.
Is it possible that in lieu of pay, you're here seeking something else, Corey Campbell?
Well, going back to what we established earlier, anything is possible. You are correct.
Seeing your interest with pro bono work, is it possible that you're trying to get with Serenity Moonbeam here, and this is just a way in?
Objection. Relevancy.
I will allow the question. Go ahead.
You are correct. Anything is possible. Yes.
No further questions. No further questions. Thank you.
Okay, I like to redirect.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna try to recover from the
Renity, you
idiocy
whore.
of the opposing counsel in their line of questioning here. All right, I'm trying to recover. I understand everyone else is doing their best here, but let's try to power through this. Corey Campbell. So we talked previously about the hardy Latin people, correct?
We did. Yes, we covered it extensively.
Indeed, right? And so Spain is probably, according to reports, filled with white people, as you said previously, right?
By some experts, they say these things. Yes.
They do say these things. But what do other experts say about when these white individuals landed here in the Americas? Was they bred with the indigenous population, correct?
That is my understanding. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, outside my scope of practice, but based on my understanding of history, that did occur.
And did the mighty native genes breed out the soy boy weakness that we see clearly in Admiral Gibbs?
Unlikely.
Unlikely. In terms of Admiral Gibbs, but in terms of the Latin population.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to clarify. But yes, yes, you are correct. I stand corrected.
Oh no, it's no problem there. So we're just making it clear, right? If he was an individual of Latin descent, he would not look like that. And scientifically, we have AI to back us up. Okay, Corey, are you a racist?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so we can ignore that line of questioning from Lactoid. Okay, fantastic. Love to see it. And Lactoid asked why you spend, we can say, an inordinate amount of time um, presenting paternity tests. I'd like to explore that with you. So, would you say that delivering these tests uh, is something that gives you pleasure?
Uh, it can not necessarily, but yes, there is some source of pleasure in terms of seeking the truth as a scientist. Yes.
In terms of seeking the truth, indeed, indeed. And are you a pleasure-seeking individual, Corey Campbell?
Yes, as I think all humans are, I am a pleasure-seeking individual.
Okay, so is delivering paternity tests your fetish?
Uh, one can phrase it that way. Yes.
One could phrase it that way, right? Um, so,
Relevancy?
uh,
Objection.
no, no, no.
One
As
of many fetishes, I should also
one
clarify.
of many fetishes, delivering the truth. So this man is dedicated to making sure that individuals around the world know where they came from, right? He's dedicated to dispelling lies, and it gives him pleasure. So I'm saying that we can uh, trust the word of a fetishist, right? A hobbyist in this field. So yeah, done.
Okay.
I think now would be a great time to reveal uh, the results of the paternity test.
Okay. As mentioned, I have two sealed envelopes. I'm gonna do envelope number
Oh,
one. Yeah.
and now who is this envelope in regards to?
These are the results for the Cholo Daddy. Should I reveal?
If you're
Oh,
speaking
yeah,
prosecution,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
we had one other piece of evidence, the 23andMe results, actually. Could you review those for us before we get to the test results?
Yes, if those will
Apologies.
be brought up.
Yes, they are brought up on the screen share. You can see.
Yeah,
So just
I can see.
See, now, can you please explain to us what you see here on the screen?
Well, as you can see, so starting, pretty much clearly broken down at the top, we tested 100% of Admiral Gibbs, okay, and it's 99.9% European, and that is broken down, again, it's partitioned out, where you can see overall, the overwhelming majority, you have Northwestern European at 99.2%, as in British and Irish, and then pretty much, that small sliver of Southern Mayo, broken down by Southern Mayo and Mayo.
Oh, I think you are reading something else for someone else. I think if you would check
Oh,
the screen that Miss Judge Stardust is presenting, could you check that, please?
oh, yes. One moment. Uh, right. I see Moscow, Oblast, Russia, Lesser Poland, and then Northwest. And that's pretty much what I see.
I see. And then right below that, what else do you see?
I see Northwestern Mayo at 0.3%.
I see. I see. And would you say, in your professional opinion, that mayonnaise or mayo is directly descendant of white folk?
Yeah, that is, I think, also reflected in its color as well. Doesn't get any more white than mayo in my professional experience.
I see. I see. And in your professional opinion, you see mostly white folk eating mayo. Is that correct?
Exclusively. I have never encountered a non-white folk eating mayo.
Got it. Understood. Understood. Would my partner here have any other questions regarding this piece of evidence?
Um, no, I'll pass it to the fence.
I have one question. Is it common for a center as prestigious as the Ass Center to use a 23andMe test to determine paternity?
It's not unheard of, given the fact that 23andMe has been around for, I think over a decade now. And I think they have pioneered pretty much take-home genome testing, made it convenient.
You said you've been working for the Ass Center for about a decade as well. Is that right?
That is correct. I did answer that.
So you have a vested interest in believing that 1 decade is enough to establish legitimacy. Is that correct?
One can phrase it like that, in that I am biased towards my own personal experience.
For the same reason why you might be biased in this test, correct?
Well, no, I mean, the test is the test. I didn't run. I'm just reporting the results from my expert knowledge.
It takes expert knowledge to read a 23andMe?
Yes, absolutely. I know you wouldn't know anything about expertise, but it does.
Where does the people, the Mayo people, what region of the world are they located in?
I believe I've made it clear in terms of my expertise is at the Ass Health Center, and geography is not my area of expertise.
Geography is not your area of expertise. Did I hear that correctly?
You did hear that correctly.
No further questions.
Okay, we have some interjections from the audience here. Again, Testicle Johnson interjected and said Gibbs is funded by Russian oligarchs. These are unfounded claims. Then another interjection from Testicle Johnson. Once again, Gibbs speaks fluent Russian. I've heard him. Mr. Johnson, I need you to keep yourself controlled, okay? Control yourself. All right. Any redirect from prosecution, or would you like to move on?
I have none. I think we're ready to go on to the test results. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
If we can hear the test results regarding Cholo Daddy first.
All right. Sealed envelope number 1. Cholo Daddy, negative, not the father.
I see. Thank you. And now, can we hear the test results regarding our Dmitry Vidkok?
Vidkok, yes.
Yes.
Sealed envelope number 2. Dmitry Vidkok. Paternity test positive. Is the father unequivocally.
Congratulations, Mr. Dmitry. Does anybody have a tissue?
Let's just give him a moment here.
Baby son. Where is my baby son?
It seems
You know,
he
it's
is.
it's quite. He stepped away right as this happened, which is quite
Is he
indicative
ashamed
of.
of me? He's ashamed of me.
I don't think so, but
You turned him
okay.
against me.
You know what? Oh, Fairy Queen, do you have anything to say about this allegation?
Dimitri, I know our love has been long lost, but know that I believe that love belongs to all, and if you wish to come back into Admiral Gibbs's life, I would consider it to be a gift. Please do.
You don't have a choice, Lady. I am taking him back. He is my son.
No, you can't! You're not
Yes, I absolutely am. You have no choice in this. Your American ways have doomed yourself. You have doomed yourself with law and justice rather than steel and plow.
The world isn't socialism, Dimitri. We have rights.
And we are left. That is how this works. You will understand when you are under the boot once again.
My poor baby.
He is not going to be poor soon. He will be funded by Russian oligarchs. He is our strongest asset. Do you see how rotund he is? He will survive nuclear winter we will inflict upon you and your weak, disgusting people, going ahead and turning him into this little cow soy boy thing.
I think, Gibbsy,
Mr.
baby,
Gibbs?
I want you to know that we think that you're fine just the way you are, and you
He's
don't have
not!
to stand over anyone.
Don't lie
You're
to him anymore, whore.
absolutely not a Russian
Do not lie
spy.
to him
And you're
anymore, you whore. You have lied to him for 33 years.
Oh,
You
please,
know
girl,
who you
you
are.
can't do this, please.
Mr. Gibbs, any words for your parents right now?
Your Honor, you can't call them his parents. Bias from the judge.
Your alleged. Sorry, my apologies. Your alleged
Your
parents
Honor,
right
don't
now.
let lactoid shame you, right? From
No,
speaking the
he's
truth.
correct.
He
He's
is
correct.
my son. He's strong like bull. He will survive famine.
Mi madre es muy confused woman. The mujer es a muy confused woman.
You mean she
And,
is woman?
pobrecita, para mi madre, pobrecita. Mi padre, no sé, no sé. I don't know. No mamas.
Okay, all right. Prosecution wants to
We will
call
beat
the
that
next
out of
witness.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Corey, for releasing those test results. Thank you so very much.
Also, I just want to clarify one thing. The envelope was labeled Cholo, so I just read it.
Yes.
I did not come up with that terminology. It was on the envelope.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yes. Avoiding
Okay.
canceling. Okay. Proceed, prosecution.
Yes. The next up to the stand is Mr. Black Yamato.
How you doing?
Good. Good. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I just want to say thank y'all for having me here today.
Of course.
How you doing, Ted?
Who are
Yeah,
you referring to?
I'm referring to Mr. Gibbs. His name is Ted.
Ted now. Is it really?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
well-
I don't even understand why y'all doing this DNA test. He not Mexican. I've never seen him do anything Hispanic ever. He was my roommate. I never seen him make beans and rice. I never seen him outside of a Home Depot. I never seen him do anything Hispanic ever. And all of a sudden, magically he Hispanic. You know, like 2 years ago he was pretending to be black. Like when I was moving in, he always had fried chicken made for me. He had grape drink. It was just like the most obvious, like rude racist shit I've ever seen. Now I move out, he got a sombrero. What's going on?
I see. And
I'm just
now, how long-
saying.
Well, how long were you roommates with Mr.
2 years.
Admiral Gibbs? 2 years. Yes. And were those a tumultuous 2 years, or did they?
Oh,
provide
I
support?
got stories. You can't even comprehend.
Oh. Well, would you mind telling a few of those stories to the jury here today?
Okay. So there was one time we were going out, we were playing basketball, having a good old time. You know, he would say some like off-putting things. He suggested that I was going to make us win. I tell him I'm not good at basketball. I'm more of a football kind of guy. He says, but you're naturally good at dunking. I go, wait, what? What are you talking about? He would say like, just like, I've never seen him do shit like this before.
I see. Is there anything else he did?
Suggested that one of our Asian friends was good at math.
Really?
You know, one thing did pop up that was really, really funny. He did start speaking Russian at one point, though.
Really? So
And
would you say though, real quick, one question real quick though, would you say that Admiral Gibbs's view of the world would be of stereotypical viewpoints?
Well, not stereotypical, but you know, he would, I don't know, say awkward things.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I mean, it came off more rude than stereotypical. Like, I don't think he knew any better. But, you know, what can you do?
You would think it was of
But no, why I'm really here is because he owed me $47.71 for a steak, and I want my money back for when we went out.
Oh,
Here's the
what was
evidence
it that
right
you-
here.
Okay, I
Oh.
will present the evidence that has been given to me. Just
I
one
will put it
moment.
inside chat.
I see.
Okay.
Wait, I couldn't drop it in. It's not allowing me to put it in there.
Don't worry,
just-
I have it presented for chat here. They can see it. So,
So, Mr. Black Yamato, can you please explain to me what this piece of paper is here?
This is a receipt.
To
We went out to get a steak at the Texas Roll House.
No, that's Bugana. That's the drink Buganas. He's Mintiosa, way. Mintiosa.
Now you
is what
speaking
the-
Spanish, Ted?
Sí, Mintiosa.
Now you speaking Spanish, Ted?
Objection, Lactoid.
You were
Objection.
speaking Russian like 2 years ago.
Objection, Lactoid. Where's my defense? Buganans.
Objection.
Bugana, you know.
Asking the witness if he's speaking Mexican. I don't know what to.
Now all of a sudden he
Overruled.
speaks Spanish.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mintiosa, way. That means liar in Espanol.
Then what is this? What is this? This is a receipt for steak.
Para
Oh, I'm a
the
steak.
licor, you know. See, Buganans, you know.
So
Buganans?
you don't remember going to Texas Roll House and getting steak?
No, that's part of the licor, Buchanans. It says
Okay.
it right in the top, Buchanans.
All right. Okay. So you still need to reimburse me $48.71, Your Honor. I think it's very rude when you take somebody out to go
No.
get
I
steak.
gave him
They don't pay you back.
those pesos.
I want
sí,
my.
no.
It doesn't matter. I want my money.
No, I gave
It's
you the
the
pesos.
principle. You
the
gotta give me my.
pesos. You got 48
Can we please go
pesos,
order in
pues.
the car? I have a question to ask for my witness, please.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. So now, Mr. Black Yamato, could you please explain to us why was it that you went out that evening to Bohana's?
We were celebrating.
Can you please explain to me what it was you were celebrating?
Oh, well, we had, I had moved in. It was a 2-year celebration. We were roommates. We were having fun. We played a lot of video games together. I think, when you celebrate a celebration, anniversary, you usually go out and go to steaks. Just roommates. We did stuff like that.
I see. And can you explain to me what kind of events took place at this celebration?
I mean, we played video games. I brought him a steak. I mean, he didn't have any money that day, so I brought him a steak. And I thought the implied agreement that he would pay me my money back. But obviously, when I moved out, he forgot all about my $48.71. I want my money.
Como se dice?
sir-
Fake news. Fake news.
So
Objection.
during-
Objection. Objection para the court. The corto. Where's my lawyer?
Your
My lawyer
Honor.
is no trabajo para mi lawyer. It's no bueno. It's no bueno.
Okay. Continue, prosecution. Any other questions?
Other than, have you ever once during the 2 years that you were with Admiral Gibbs, did you ever once hear him say he was Hispanic or speak Spanish?
Never. He spoke mostly Russian.
I see.
And then all of a sudden, I moved out, and I guess 2 years later, I guess he's Latino now.
I see. No further questions.
But congratulations to Vladcock, whatever his name is.
Dimitri. Say it with pride.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Defense. Do you have any questions for this ex-roommate?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. You stated that you lived with Admiral Gibbs for 2 years. Is that correct?
Yeah.
When did those 2 years occur?
When did those 2 years ago?
2 years ago. So he just moved out.
Yes.
Okay. And you said during the duration of when you lived together, he spoke Russian.
Yeah, well, yeah, Russian. I mean, I assumed he's red hair. Russian people usually have red hair, and
He no
there
know the
was the
difference
vodka,
between
the
Espanol
constant
and
vodka
Russian.
use, and calling me comrade every time I played video games and we killed somebody. He would say, "Yes, a comrade," and he would say something. And just thought it was his thing.
Oh, and he said it with that accent.
Yes.
Okay. Was he? You said
I
he was
mean,
also speaking
his
mostly
own,
Russian.
His own. Listen, his own daddy would know, right? Vlad Cock. Right, that's like you guys do the brother thing,
To be
right?
fair, I am at least glad that whore woman Sarina did not go ahead and at least abstract this part of his heritage.
See, I'm not gonna call nobody's mama. I wouldn't want you to call my mama. You guys, y'all did y'all
Well, she
thing.
has
Y'all
questions
did
of
that
whether
magical.
this is
Y'all
my
did
son.
y'all did y'all magical spiritual orgy thing, and your son was born. You can't just be disrespecting.
I can do whatever I want, and I will show you exactly what that means. If you
What do you
say
mean?
one more thing about my son.
Your Honor, we have
This is-
threats
your
in the
son
courtroom
owes me-
between
This
the
is my
witnesses.
son, and you want to
okay.
say these things.
Your son owes me $48.71. I mean, you could pay for him.
Yes.
Obviously, you've been a deadbeat. Now it's time to pay debts.
Objection, he already got 48 pesos para the Buchanans. I no comprende pa.
Why are you
Porque he need
speaking in
más,
tongues?
más dinero. That's no necessary.
What are you doing? You bring
bueno.
great disgrace.
Okay,
You know-
okay. We need order. Order in the court. Order in the court. Continue, defense, with this questioning.
So, Yamato, you believe that this man was speaking Russian mostly during these 2 years, right?
Yeah, and then sometimes he would call me Sergey. I don't know what that has to do. Like if he knew a Sergey, but he would call me Sergey.
Does
He would
he
say,
know of Uncle
"You're my
Sergey?
Sergey." Say something like, "You're my Sergey." I don't know what that means.
Does he
But he would just do
No,
it
I say
sometimes.
guacamole. I say guacamole. He says sorry. I don't know why.
So
See,
you
now it's guacamole. See, Sergey guacamole. See, it's easy to rhyme these things.
I
Hey,
say
knock it
papa.
off,
You say
man.
comrade. No say. ¿Por qué? Why, comrade? I say sorry.
So let me just get this absolutely clear. You believe that a fluent Russian speaker with a thick Russian accent can, within the course of a few days, if he just moved out recently, suddenly lose the entire Russian accent and learn, obviously, fluent Spanish.
I mean, yeah, if he got personality disorder, I mean, come on, it's a thing. It's mental health. Come on, y'all ain't seen no pamphlets or nothing.
Yamato,
Yeah, you ain't got nothing for that.
you accuse Gibbs of being stereotypical, but did you not insinuate that Gibbs is not Mexican because he didn't make beans in front of you?
See?
Yeah, beans and rice.
Supposed to
Guala
be
guala,
racist,
beans
though?
and guala guala, beans and rice. Like bangers and mash. What you talking about?
But
It's the same thing.
but didn't you, with a level of disgust, describe how Admiral Gibbs thought that you'd be good at basketball, but you don't think he's Mexican because he didn't make beans in front of you?
I never go
I
ask him
mean,
to go
I thought that was
swimming.
listen. I thought that was our relationship. We did the yin yang thing. He was kind of rude, and I was kind of rude. Ted. Tell him that's our thing.
Yamato, I've stood in front of a Home Depot. Am I a Mexican?
Let me zoom in real quick. How good are you with working with 2x4s? Because I ain't never
Very good. Muy
seen
bueno.
Ted pick up a 2x4 ever.
I think this demonstrates for the
Throw me
court
some beans and rice.
beans and rice and handling 2x4s. This is your belief of what makes a Mexican.
No, not really.
Oh, not really. So now you're saying
How
that
fluent
you've
Spanish
committed
do you speak?
perjury. You've committed perjury to this court. If not really,
I mean, kind of. Like when you say it like that, it's kind of wrong, kind of bad, kind of racist.
Yamato, you stated that Gibbs. You stated that.
No, you said you work outside Home Depot. So how fluent Spanish? Say something in Spanish.
Hola.
Say something else in Spanish. Something not easy.
Quesadilla, buenos noches.
Quesadilla, very good.
Esta de Estados Unidos.
See?
Estados
See?
Unidos is gay.
Am I in
Gordo.
Barcelona now? Well, I thought
Barcelona,
I got
Belay.
transported there.
Yeah, I can speak fluent Spanish too.
Yamato,
See? Know that?
Well, you stated before multiple times that Gibbs owed you money. So isn't it true that you have a reason to be
It's
opposed to Gibbs here today?
No, I just speak honesty. I just want the man to give me my $48.71.
Yeah, but that's
listen. Listen. He's still my brother. I just want my money.
Let me
Yes, I just want my money.
let me repeat what you just want Admiral Gibbs to give you your money. Is that correct?
Or his father can give me my money, or his mother, either one. Hey, shit, you can give me my $41.71.
And so you have an interest in not only going against Gibbs here, but you have an interest in his father, perhaps the payer of your debt, being someone like Vigcock here, who has money and can pay you.
I thought it was Vercock. I've been calling him. What's your name again, sir?
Let me say this for you slowly. It is Dimitri Vigcock. Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
Da, I heard you.
Da? What is it?
Da.
Da?
Da.
Da?
Da.
You speak it like swine.
You speak it like swine.
You speak it like swine.
I speak it like
Dimitri Vigcock.
Are you gonna pay your son's debt or not?
I'm
Listen,
sorry,
I'll meet.
Your Honor, my
Okay,
client
we need
here.
some order. We need some order.
I am going to let you know that you need to understand you might want to let this go.
We're not testing my.
Are you making a threat to another witness in this courtroom?
I am not
Your
making
Honor,
threats.
Your Honor, all I did was ask for my money. He made a threat.
I make no threats.
Your Honor, all I did was ask for my money. I just want my money.
Okay. All right. We have an objection from the audience. I object, Your Honor. This is offensive to people who have no sense of humor. It also suggests gingers have a soul. Again, I will ask you all to keep your objections, especially if you're in the audience, to a minimum. Okay. I mean, not the lawyers, obviously. Anyways, any further questions, defense?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Prosecution?
None.
Okay. All right.
So I do get my money, right? Is that how that works?
You will have to work that out in another court, sir. Any further witnesses you'd like to call to the stand, prosecution?
No, if the defense has any that they'd like to bring forward.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to bring forward the witness, Modi. Hopefully that's the correct way of pronouncing it.
The name's Donald, not Modi.
I apologize.
Yes,
am
I like this one.
Am I correct in believing that this is the former president of the United States, Donald Trump?
Oh,
The
yeah,
former in your
I've seen that
mind, but I'm
guy
actually the
before.
current president. Sleepy Joe doesn't know how to run a country. Believe me.
So, Mr. Trump, I have a few questions. You are an expert at spotting a Mexican, isn't that true?
Frankly, this is the most true. I'm the best Mexican
And I'm the
spotter.
racist. I'll be quiet.
I'm not the racist. I'm the least racist person I know.
Can I get some help here? I
You're
just
not
want my 48.
understand.
Mr.
Shut the
Yamato.
fuck up.
Mr. Yamato, I will ask you, please.
Can we get this guy out the courtroom? He's a racist. I'm not a racist.
Okay, all right. We need some order from the witnesses here. Mr. Trump, continue. Prosecution. Defense.
I can spot a Mexican from a mile away. And also I can spot Gibbs. He's quite big. The biggest Mexican I know. Frankly, me and his dad go way back. I actually tried to deport him once. Great guy. The greatest guy Juan was. And let me just say, before you ask me your question, the DNA test, it was rigged. Believe me, I know.
You should know not to lie.
I never lie. You're a liar.
You
not
should
me.
know not to lie.
Listen, Vladimir. I'll press the big button, ugly boy.
The
Hey, you
name
can't
is
just
Dimitri.
You don't want to
wait.
go to
wait.
war with me. I'm the Don.
Y'all sure y'all want to?
Sorry,
Y'all sure? Y'all sure y'all
Okay,
want to put a man on the stage that gave away secrets? I'm
Get
just
that guy
saying.
out the room.
we,
Objection in the court. Get that guy out.
we get Donald Trump in a courtroom very rarely. We need to take advantage of this situation, okay?
I'm just saying the word. I mean, listen. The word on the block is the man is a snitch. I mean, he gave away government secrets. He
I
could.
freed Kodak Black. I'm not a snitch. I'm the cool guy. The best president. Free Kodak till it's backwards, frankly.
Truly.
Who
Okay.
are you freeing?
Defense?
Yeah, I'm
Defense,
freeing
more
myself with my
questions.
$48.
We need some order in the court here, okay? Defense?
So, Mr. Trump, you have said multiple times that you've taken a much harder position against Russia than weak Joe Biden. Isn't that correct?
That's right, the weak Joe. Sleepy Joe is what we call him.
And so, perhaps if there was a Russian here or an advocate for the Russian Federation, they would be highly opposed to your testimony here today.
They would be the most opposed, that have a lot to say. But believe me, you know who doesn't have a lot to say? The Mexicans. They just hard-working individuals, believe me. I also heard that Gibbs is working on Twitch for some pesos. Really runs deep in the blood.
So,
You think his Twitch payout is big? It's the smallest. And he does the most work.
Mr. Trump, you stated before that you are very good at spotting Mexicans because they're so great. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, the greatest. I've got really good eyes and a good sense of self. The best
Yeah.
eyes.
Now, based on all that expertise that you clearly demonstrated for this court, I would like to ask you, Gibbs here today would you say that he's a Mexican?
Would I say he's a Mexican?
Yes.
Frankly, the most Mexican I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot of Mexicans, believe me. Worked with a lot of Mexicans, hired a lot of Mexicans. Have you ever been to my tower? The Trump Tower, the hotels? It's all full of Mexicans. The great people, great people. Nobody loves Mexicans more than me, and Gibbs, he's a real Mexican. Real good guy. An anchor baby, as you would.
So nobody loves Mexicans more than you, and you are able to say that he is a Mexican.
I love Gibbs. That means he must be Mexican.
Very good, very good. And you stated further that you knew that his father was Juan. You even stated
I
his
know
name.
his father, Juan. We go way back. I also know Juan. I know Juan 2, Juan 2, 3 as well. Believe me, Juan is the father. I deported him. He was like, look after my son, Don. I've been sending stimulus checks ever since.
Why is the witness raising his hand?
I just want to point out two things. Mr. Donald, President number one.
Why is the witness speaking? Why is the
I just
have
want to
no
say,
idea what's
Let
going
him
on
speak.
there.
Believe me, the Don's a fair guy.
if you can
I'm the
direct
judge.
Juan's father to give me
I'm
my
the judge.
$48.71, I'll be right out the courtroom. And I could have swore you said you knew
believe me,
Sergey Vladimir
You're
Putin
not,
up there.
you're not gonna get your $48. In fact, I'm gonna give you more debt. I'm gonna take $48 from you. You're not gonna pass go, buddy. You're going straight to jail.
Oh wow, that hasn't been said before.
Criminal.
He's a strong leader.
Would that be because he is a black man, Mr. President Trump?
Frankly, I polled very well with the
Well,
blacks.
oh.
The black people love me. I love the black people. They're great
Okay,
people.
When you say the blacks like that, it's almost like you're saying the blacks with a hard R. Like I've never heard somebody do
Yes,
that.
Miss Millie. Why is she being racist? Me, the least racist. Her, the most racist. Why is she wearing white so much?
I also have black.
So, Your Honor, my witness here, Mr. Trump, has been through enough antagonism by judges.
What do they
the
work for?
past couple.
CAN? Fake news. They're fake. They hired him here. They planted him in the court to oppose me. I know Big Gibbs is Mexican, and I'll prove it.
And Mr. Trump, just to clarify, you stated before that you know that the test results given by the ass man, Corey Campbell, are indeed fake.
Look at the guy. He messed him about. I know a rigged election when I see one. I would have been president right now. Believe me.
Objection.
You don't object to Don. The Don objects to you. You're objected. I'm not objected.
What proof does he
Wait.
have to claim?
Frankly,
that
you're fired.
Here is not
Overruled.
certified.
Overruled.
Over. Oh.
Frankly, overruled, overruled, overruled. Don't talk over the Don. Next question.
Mr. Trump, I may.
Objection.
I,
Hearsay.
Sir, you cannot object to your own questions.
I apologize. My bad.
I may have further questions for you, Donald, but I want to give the prosecution some time to ask you some questions.
Go ahead.
I'd like to allow my partner to go first in this.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, awfully nice to meet you, sir. I'm a big fan
it?
myself, right? I think as anyone who knows anything about me,
Wow,
I'm
a
a big
real
fan.
guy. A real cool guy there in the other team. Maybe I'm on the wrong
Yeah.
team here.
I mean, I think that lots of people are fans of you. Like they recognize a strong leader. You'd say you're a strong leader, correct?
The strongest.
The strongest. Okay. And you would have friends across the geopolitical landscape, correct?
I don't have friends. I have colleagues. Real cool people they are.
Really? What about Kim Jong Un? I thought you loved
Believe
him.
me, if it wasn't for
You mean
me,
Lord
there'd
Kim?
be a war going on right now. I went over there. I started it with my own two hands. What'd you
I
see
like Lord
Sleepy Joe
Kim.
doing? Sleepy Joe can't even get on the plane.
Okay. But you'd say that these colleagues respect you and they'd let you.
I'm the most respected, except for the fake media, the fake news. They're trying to ban me from the ballots. It won't happen. I'll win. Trust me, I'll win.
Sure. And would you say that Vladimir Putin also respects you?
He used to respect me. But these days, I don't really know. Don't know where I stand. It's been a while since I seen Vlad. I've been seeing him being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. What a loser he was. Didn't bring up the Don.
Yeah. So, didn't bring up- would it upset you to know that Putin would be sneaking in spies into your territory, your America?
Next question. I plead the
Sorry,
fifth.
sorry, excuse me. You're pleading the
I
fifth.
plead the fifth.
You're
What
pleading
does
the
this have to
fifth
do with
on
Gibbs's Mexican
Russian
heritage?
spies.
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay,
This has nothing
interesting
to do with
discovery.
Gibbs.
Nothing to do with
Wait.
Gibbs.
That might have something to do with Gibbs speaking Russian sometimes.
Why is he
He's
talking
sometimes.
still? He's not a witness. I'm on the
Okay.
stand. Objection, Your Honor.
I am a
Okay.
witness.
He-
I witnessed him.
Your Honor.
Hold up, wait.
The only
I
thing
am a
you're
witness.
witness to
I witnessed
is him
him
being
not
a
giving me my
loser.
money back. But
We have
Gibbs speaks
witnessed you
Russian.
being absolute fool. That is all we have witnessed.
True. This guy speaks some
Okay.
facts.
I need the witnesses to take a chill pill. All right.
But that guy
Okay,
speaks
continue.
Russian. Of course he would deny it.
Frankly,
Okay, fair. Continue,
Okay.
Mr. Prime Case.
Thank you so much. Donald Trump. So you don't want to answer questions about Russian spies. That when you'd plead the fifth on Russian spies.
the fifth has been pled. Nobody
The fifth
pleads
is-
like I do.
No one does, sir. So, uh, what are your feelings towards Russians?
Frankly, they're good people. A lot of good people in Russia, some bad people, but every apple tree has a bad egg, you know. Believe me. I will say this. They're not as hard working as the Mexicans. And Gibbs is a real hard worker. That's how I know he's Mexican. There's no Russian in that guy. Look at him, he's real fat. Do you think he ever rushes anywhere? Frankly.
What work has Mr. Gibbs done for you? How would you know he's a hard worker?
I know his dad. I know his grandpa. I know his mom. She's not Mexican. But believe me, she could treat one very well, very well. All the boys had a turn. But believe me. Next question, Your Honor.
This does feed into horror narrative.
I plead the fifth.
How would you know who his father was?
Well, one day I was finishing up a rally. I went backstage. I had a guy called Juan. He said, "Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump." I said, I could spend some time with this guy. I'm a good guy. Many time for the people." He said, "I love you, Trump." I said, "Thank you." He had a little baby in his hand, real big baby, the biggest. He said, I'm being deported, Mr. Trump." I said, "Okay. What do you want me to do about it?" He said, "Could you please look after my son?" Then I looked after his son. That guy became Gibbs. It was a private son. I nearly had an affair, a scandal.
Okay, so I want to be clear on the timeline here. You were president at the time. You were presented with a baby, and since your presidency has ended, that baby, which was just a few years ago, that
Yes.
baby became Admiral Gibbs.
Believe me, they do things very fast, very, very fast. Even growing up. He's actually only 5 years old.
See,
Okay.
See,
5 años.
see, he speaks
Okay.
fluent Spanish.
Fluent Spanish, because and you would be an expert on Spanish as well. Just
Hola, muy bien. Frankly,
okay, I think you proved
rigged.
that. Fair enough. I don't contest that. All right. No further questions.
I have
And you're
a question
go ahead.
for Mr. President Trump. Mr. President Trump, what qualifications do you have in identifying ethnicity?
In most qualifications, I was the president. I could say, "You're not allowed in. You're allowed in." I was that guy. Have you ever kicked anyone out of a country before? I have.
No, sir.
I'm the
No,
most
I have not.
qualified.
Now, what qualifications would you have that would oversee Dr. Corey Campbell?
They call me Dr. Don in the places. This guy's not a real doctor. He's a fraud. He didn't go to medical school. I've never
You
heard of an ass. I just grab him by the pussy.
um so
Frankly, does this guy look
call
like he's
you
seen an ass before?
you say they call you doctor. Where did you study to become a doctor, Mr. President Trump?
I played the fifth. I
Oh,
don't want
I
that on my
see.
tax records. Believe me.
I see. I see. No further
A
questions.
lot of money. A lot of money went into my
Wait,
my
wait, wait. If you can
education.
avoid taxes, then you can pay the man's fees.
Pay your own fees, buddy.
Redirect.
I have.
Do we want some redirect?
All right, yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
I have a little bit of redirect. So the baby that Juan was holding when he gave the baby to you, did Juan look like the baby?
Not quite.
You're saying that the father did not look like the baby, or perhaps was there? Did the baby look like a younger version of Juan?
Well, at the time, one was trying to hide from being
Objection. He's
deported.
clearly leading the
No, no,
witness here.
Well,
To
you
say
forgot to
believe
ask
me.
the most
Overruled.
important question, Your Honor. Was he Juan
Overruled.
one or Juan two?
Believe me,
Overruled.
okay?
Overruled.
He is my son.
Believe me. So here's what happened. Here's what happened. One was trying to hide from being deported. He dyed his hair. He dyed everything. Gibbs was what original Juan looked like before he changed his appearance, changed his face. Plastic surgery, I believe.
Gibbs is what
I told him I knew
original.
a guy.
So what you're saying is that Gibbs is what original Juan looked like.
That's 100% Mexicano.
Understood. And isn't it true, President Trump, that the incredible that you led the best economy, and that you obviously can't be wrong about this?
Objection. Relevancy of
True.
economy.
Overruled. Overruled.
Right.
Very true. The most true.
Have you ever been wrong about anything, Mr. Trump?
Frankly, I'd like you to find a time that I have.
No further questions, Donald
Can we get a
Trump.
direct answer, Mr. Trump?
Sorry, come again. I couldn't hear you.
Can we
All that
get a
lies and
direct answer
slander.
from you? We need a yes or a no.
Could you repeat the question?
Miss,
didn't quite hear.
Mr. Lactoid.
Oh, I just simply asked if you've ever been wrong about something in the past, President Trump.
No.
And it's also true that you are also you do have a doctorate. Isn't that also true, Mr. Trump?
The most true. They call me Dr. Don.
And it's
Okay, all right.
and it's probably from someplace more prestigious than the Ass Center. Isn't that
So
correct?
prestigious. It's not public. It's private. The most private.
Thank you. No further questions.
All right.
But hold on, un
Any-
momento, por favor. In my
uh,
defense, para uno pregunta para el presidente Trump.
See,
Oh, okay. Bueno, is it true that you have your own university, Mr. Trump?
I'm a humble guy. Didn't want to brag. I have many universities. I gave
Oh,
myself the doctor degree. I own the place.
oh,
So,
bueno,
Mr. President Donald Trump, if
gracias.
you yourself gave yourself the doctorate, then that would make you officially not a doctor.
Listen, as the president of the highest power, I can give myself whatever I want. I changed the
see.
law.
I see. So
okay.
okay.
Wait,
All right,
can I redirect again? Actually, based on that answer,
Yes. Sure.
Um, even if the court, even if for some wild reason, totally unreasonable, the court here finds today that Gibbs is not Mexican, you just stated that you can simply change whatever you want. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't need to change because it's not going to happen. And if it is, it's fake news.
But and I'm not doubting you, Mr. Trump. Nobody should ever doubt
It
you.
sounds like you're doubting me.
I'm not doubting you. I swear I'm not doubting
Don't-
you. Please don't kill me. I'm not
He's
doubting you.
totally
dog.
doubting you, Mr.
I'm
Trump.
not doubting you.
Don't let him get away with
Best
that.
economy,
He's a
best
big doubter.
security.
Well, you speak about change, but I want
He's the
I want my
biggest
change as
doubter.
well.
My family's full of cops. Please, Mr. Trump, we love you.
I'm just saying. You supposed to be the lawyer. You were speaking about change. I had to break 100. I just want my change.
If
How
on the
about you
off
change
chance,
your attitude?
if on the off chance, the fake news and Joe Biden were to take over this court and fake and fraudulently find Gibbs not Mexican, would you change that immediately to find that he is Mexican?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
Okay. Any further witnesses you all would like to bring? Defense.
Other than Gibbs?
Okay. Is prosecution okay with bringing Mr. Gibbs on the stand?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll let defense go first with Gibbs, and then we'll let prosecution go with Gibbs. Okay. All right. Mr. Gibbs, you are called to the stand.
Mr. Gibbs, I would like to give you an opportunity to describe your rich Latin ancestry for us. You can go ahead.
Oh, you know, see mi padre, he was born in Durango, in the little town, out of the middle of nowhere in Mexico. Oh, Mexico, you know. Mi padre, he is old as Mexico himself. They came with Cortez. And they killed a lot of Aztecs. Eventually, he married one of his conquests. And see, his great grandpapa, and it's a long line of conquistadors in Mexico blood. That's me. I've been here for all day. And then I moved to Tejas, and William B. Travis and Sam Houston, they revolutionized Mexico. But I moved here after I was born, you know, with me padre, you know, the
Okay.
anchor baby.
And so your ancestry, as you just described, matches up very much with the testimony of Corey Campbell, where he stated that the Spanish did indeed colonize Mexico.
See, it's correcto in that part.
And so your ancestor was one of those Spaniards who came and colonized Mexico.
See,
And
with Cortez.
married, I think you said one of his conquests, I think was how you referred to her, and had
Yes, see, the
children.
Aztecs, you know, very mean, very mean. They sacrifice and all sorts of stuff.
Okay, but
It
he got her under control, is what you're saying.
you know, Latinas, you know, no say, never completely under control.
Never, but I mean that's
Como se dice, muy caliente, fiery personality.
right. That's part of the deal, right? You got to have to live with that. I understand.
Sí, la taxicas, güey, you know, it's bueno, it's fun, muy fun.
Yeah. And so throughout your life, you've had a rich experience with Mexican culture, isn't that right?
See?
Dating Mexican women.
Oh, many.
Many. Eating Mexican food.
See, we have, como se dice, I know if you saw, I had jalapeno, but now I have, como se dice in English, habanero You know, como she say gringo mayo. They know like it is spicy. You know, they like salt and pepper. You know, see, me, yo soy mexicano y taxano. You know, we like it the spice.
Okay, so you said you were eating spicy mayo.
No, habanero.
Habanero. Okay, so have you?
What's pepper is muy caliente, way.
And I understand that you actually eat. Okay, and
Hold on, wait. Y'all gotta stop him from lying. He was speaking Russian 2 years ago.
no, that's
This man just
impressive.
ate a pepper.
This man just ate a jalapeno or a habanero pepper just right.
Hey, why you lying, Ted? You not.
And now I have birrita, Modelo. It's Modelo time too. You know, see,
Modelo. And
No,
that's a
see,
Mexican
no,
beer, isn't that correct?
no,
It's a Mexican beer.
sí, it's Mexican, Mexicano. No, it's a fake Mexicano like Dos Equis. It's a real Mexicano
A real Mexican beer served a real Mexican way, upside down in a big
fighting,
glass.
yeah, with the fighting spirit. I chug one now for you.
Ted.
Uh,
Ted.
Modelo time.
Objection. He did not finish that beer.
It's empty. What you mean?
Your
It's
Honor,
He did not finish that beer.
Your
The
Honor.
beer
What
is
do you mean?
still
It's
left.
empty.
He just poured out the rest of that beer. That means he did not drink that whole beer.
I ask for the objection to be overruled.
Objection.
Okay,
This
overruled.
this
Okay.
man
I think that should be
absolutely
sustained. I think that should be sustained. He did not drink that whole beer.
he drank it. He drank the
Real
whole
Mexican
beer.
would have drank the whole Modelo.
He drank
Ted,
the whole thing.
Ted,
He drank
Ted,
the whole
you drinking
Modelo.
Modelo's now?
He drank the whole Modelo. He ate a habanero.
2 years
his
ago,
diet.
he was drinking Coors Light.
His diet is very clearly Mexican, right? You grew
Jalapeno
up on this, and he ate jalapeno poppers. Who else eats those but
There you go.
Mexicans? I can't think of one person. Anyway,
What you eat yesterday, Ted?
Enchiladas y tamales, way.
more Mexican
Chile con
food, and drink from Sonic, the well-known Mexican restaurant.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The only thing that he had even resembling Spanish food the time we lived together was Taco Bell, and that's not really real Spanish food.
No, it's no true. Mentirosa, way. It's a mentirosa.
Is the defense done? I have some
I am not done. I want to establish his Mexicanness a little bit more.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Defense.
We've established habaneros. We've established Modelo. We heard him say "foo." He is clearly dressed in the garb of his people. He was able to trace his ancestry back to Durango, and Admiral Gibbs, that is a Mexican state. Am I correct?
See, all the way back to Cortez.
All the way back to Cortez. Now, Admiral Gibbs, there's some people here that are insinuating that all this history and your life experience is fabricated, and that you're actually Russian.
Okay, your motto. He kept saying comrade, comrade. I don't know. Every time I'm like, Papa, here's mis amigo. He would say things in Russian. Yo, me tengo. I think he may be racist against Hispanos because he no comprende español. He como se dice? Think it says Russian. I don't know.
Well, he thinks that you're not really Mexican because you didn't make beans in front of your roommate.
Say family in Spanish.
La familia, way.
Yeah, like La Familia.
Mi familia is su familia.
Yes, su familia.
No further questions, Your Honor, at this stage, but I reserve my right to redirect.
Okay, go ahead, prosecution.
Yes. So, Mr. Admiral Gibbs, you claim that you enjoy habaneros, that you eat tamales, right? And you drink Modelos,
Yes,
right? But I have evidence to show that you once enjoyed mayo, specifically Mr. Patrick Mayonnaise. Now, if we could refer to video evidence Exhibit A, please, Judge Stardust.
Okay, just one moment here. Okay. Okay, it should be on the screen here. We're going to play this video evidence, okay?
Everyone,
Everybody-
can please watch this video, please.
Okay. And 1 moment here. Just turn the volume. Oh, volume's all the way up.
Like a
So,
clown.
Mr. Mayonnaise, when did you and Gibbs first get together?
Is this on? Hello?
Miss
Yes,
Gibbs Stardust, we
Mr.
cannot hear the
All right.
audio.
Let's start with the first question.
Okay.
Oh, you can't hear it? My apologies.
I can hear it.
You can hear it?
I can hear it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I will play. Okay, sorry.
So, Mr. Mayonnaise, when did you and Gibbs first get together?
Is this on? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Mayonnaise, it's on.
All right. Let's start with the first question.
Okay.
When did me and Mr. Gibbs first get together? That would be 7 mayonnaise ago.
I see. And how long did you and Mr. Gibbs date for?
Exactly 7 mayonnaise. 7.
Well, that certainly does sound like a very long time. Well, can you explain to me then, why did the relationship between you and Admiral Gibbs end up ending?
I don't understand. What do you mean, why did the relationship end? I started out very empty as a person, and then he filled me up with not mayonnaise. What do you think all the white stuff is? I'm pregnant with a miniature jar of mayo, and he ran away and does not want to be the baby daddy. Look at it. It's so white, just like him.
I see.
How is it not his?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I understand. I'm so sorry about those circumstances that you're unfortunately going through. But on to the next question. Could you then please explain to me what sort of behaviors or comments of Gibbs tipped you off to him being a Russian?
Are asking what gave away the fact that he was Russian?
Yes, Mr. Mayonnaise.
Maybe it was his 18 friends he had, all named Boris and Sergey and Yurgi. I thought they were dark names, unbeknownst to me. Very sad, lonely jar of mayonnaise being used. It also could have been maybe the hammers and sickles and red stars that he had everywhere, like his fuzzy little hat. I missed my fuzzy little man Peach. He promised he'd let me have a turn, and he said he would go one man, one jar with me.
Here, take a tissue, please.
Why won't he just admit he's white? Why is he trying to pretend he's Mexican? Is it so he can run off? Why is he gotta be such a racist stereotype? He's like George Zimmerman in my baby's Trayvon Martin.
I know this is very difficult for you, Mr. Patrick Mayo, but please, if you could just, any last words that you may have for the court to hear, we'd be more than willing to listen. So feel free to say any last things. And again, thank you very much.
I told you that Cracker was guilty and needed to pay child support. That mayonnaise monster. And he was a brevicist. He used me. Ooh, that's why he's guilty.
Wow. Okay.
And that's why I never touched the jar of mayonnaise in the fridge. Just saying.
No. Mr. Admiral Gibbs, was that jar of mayonnaise familiar?
No, no sé.
Are you sure? Because this jar of mayonnaise is claiming that you are, in fact, a father, a soon-to-be father.
Oh, that would fit with me, Mexicano heritage, but no, he no sé the jar mayonnaise porque he looks too much like my como se dice in English, whore mother. I don't
You're
know.
learning my language. This
I,
is good, son.
yeah, I don't know como se dice in español. You know,
Say it with
mentirosa de
more.
noche.
Say it with
You know,
more
say
indignance. Say,
yeah.
whore mother.
I know no whore es correcto. It's como se mujeres de noche, like cuáles no cuántos mucho dinero, como se dice, hooker. Yeah,
A
that's
hookah?
La hookah. Yeah, say it like
hooker,
la hookah.
the
Yeah.
No,
hooker. How do you say
Miss,
hooker? No,
Miss,
no,
Mr. Admiral Gibbs,
no
we're
me
not
He's
here.
a
gusta.
We're not
star
here.
Yo,
whore.
yo no
A
me
Not here to.
star
gusto.
whore
No,
indeed.
Mr.
yo no me
Admiral Gibbs.
gusto
Mr. Admiral
los
Gibbs.
mayo. So I said no. It's
Mr.
mentiroso,
Admiral Gibbs, we are not
mentiroso.
here to disrespect your mother. Okay, that is
Yes,
I'm
I
just
am
saying
here to
no,
disrespect his mother.
but
What are
you
you
Th-
talking
th-
about?
okay. Well,
but
Dimitri may be here, but Admiral
you
Gibbs, what I am asking
you
is that
asking me
you.
if I know mayo and no, I say no. Yo no me gusta people that look like a me who are my hooker mother. No, it's no. It's no mi
Well,
favorito.
Mr.
Yo
Admiral
mi
Gibbs, I'm going to
favorito la
remind you that
Texica
you are
España,
here sworn
Latinas
under
way. You
oath,
know. I
to
am
tell
under
the
sí.
truth, to
Yeah,
Okay,
tell
okay,
sí.
the
we need
truth
No,
order,
yo soy no
order,
es mentiroso.
order.
under
Okay.
oath. Okay,
Yeah, yo
sir,
soy no es
yes,
mentiroso.
you are under oath, so that
Sí.
must mean you tell the truth. So you are trying to tell me that this Mr. Patrick Mayo here's lying about being pregnant with your child?
I mean, it's como se dice Patrico. You know, I no say how man mi pregleto, but I know like it. No me gusta male characteristico peoples. You know, it's no mi favorito.
Are you unaware of trans men?
No, we don't have that in Mexico. Como se
Sabes
dice?
le me.
Are you trying to
¿Cuáles?
say
No, that,
are
no,
you
¿Cuáles?
that.
trying to
¿Cuáles?
say that in Mexico there are no trans men?
No, no. Machismo, feministo. You know, I
Mr.
don't know.
Admiral Gibbs, are you
Sabes le
transphobic?
mayo. Sabes le mayo.
No, no, no.
Sabes
No,
le mayo.
¿cuál es trans? ¿Cuál es trans?
See?
¿Cuál es trans? What is trans? Define a woman. What is woman? What is trans? What is that?
Sir, I asked
¿Cómo se
you to
dice? What,
define a
no,
woman.
you
I
tell me
asked you,
what the.
sir, to define a man.
No, you asking me. You're the lawyer. It's very in the
I
words.
am asking you to define what a man is.
Okay. In the words of the El Presidente de Clinton, it's very weird para the lawyer, the opposition, to ask me to define anything. It's very weird. The lawyer usually do the define. Porque why I do the define? You
Serena, did
define
you
and you
put
tell me how I
Italian in
answer.
here too?
Judge, can we get this man to answer the question, what is a man?
Yes.
What? You don't say what is man? What is man? Machismo, man. Como se dice?
His answer seems to be he doesn't know.
Yeah, no say. You know, man used to be a many
So
things.
if you don't know
Now
what a
man is
man is, then
toxico.
how are you to say that a man can't get pregnant?
Well, in Espanol, we only have two tints. We have male tints and we have feminine tints. So I guess Espanol is transphobic. I don't know. I don't know. We don't have trans in
So
Espanol.
you're saying Spanish is transphobic.
Your Honor,
Okay.
I'm going to object to this line of questioning. Admiral Gibbs here, my client, has not insinuated anything transphobic. There is a firm difference between a trans man getting pregnant or not getting pregnant and a supposed sentient jar of mayonnaise being able to get pregnant or not pregnant.
See?
Are you disrespecting one of the witnesses right now?
I see.
Yeah, I object to your objection.
I'm not necessarily disrespecting the witness. I'm simply questioning the witness's biological ability to get pregnant.
You know, he took his time out of his day to give that testimony. So
How
I
could
would.
you?
He took his time to lie.
Well,
lie.
Your Honor, about that, I would like to motion to strike that testimony because I was not given an opportunity to be at that
Lawyer
deposition.
Lectoid, may I?
aware?
Excuse me. Let me explain it to you like Russian gonna give to me. Okay? Mayonnaise is made from eggs. We look at this fantastic specimen. He is like salmon upstream, going ahead. They see the eggs, they juice all over. This is what it is. I am glad that my son is so virile. This is strong. A strong big cock, as I'd like to say.
So,
wait,
be it that
Oh
mayonnaise
my.
is made from eggs. Be it that mayonnaise is made from eggs. Then
Uno
would that not
momento.
mean
Your Honor,
that
I want my
No.
motion heard.
No,
Mr. Patrick
no,
Mayonnaise
object,
is
object.
Okay,
incapable
we need
of being
order.
pregnant?
Order in the court. Okay, let's continue. Prosecution will. I will allow you to continue questioning. Mr. Gibbs, please try to the best of your ability. Okay.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Thank you,
but
Judge
como
Stark.
uno momento para point of order. My lawyer, I know he knew. You know, so let me help him out. Let me help him out. You know, if say hypothetically, I was able to impregnate. Is that correct word in English? The jar of mayo. That would just prove I was Mexicano because Mexicanos are very well known for their virility and having many, como se dice,
You
children.
deny the big cock name all
Are
you
you
want.
trying to say that Russians are incapable of having kids?
Look at the population decline. Yeah.
Gracias. Wow, my lawyer actually do what they pay him for. It's
The
amazing.
population
Well, you
decline
know,
is
you owe me
because
money
of
too. You didn't pay
certain
me.
special operations.
I gave you pesos and some margaritas, and I introduced you to the two Latinas that you're talking. Don't make me introduce them to each other.
So he get Latinos now. You can get my. See, that's what I'm talking about, Joe. I want my money.
You know, I pay you, and you don't even know how to cook. What black man don't know how to cook? This is bullshit.
I cooked.
You
I
made
made spare ribs, didn't I?
no, it was terrible. I barbecue better than the black man. It's el terrible. Como se
Bro,
dice
the
barbacoa?
grill was new,
It was como se dice garbage.
and I didn't even put the secret sauce on it. You
In
ate it raw
fact,
almost.
in fact, when we were at the cookout, they revoke your black card. It was terrible.
Okay.
It's
Right,
very
All
man.
right. Let's
embarrassing. It's
let's
very
move
embarrassing.
forward
Last
with the
time I
questioning. With the prosecution, and then you know what? At the end of this, when prosecution and defense have finished their arguments, I'll allow you all to go free for all. Okay, prosecution.
One last question. One last question for Mr. Admiral Gibbs. Can you please tell me how to say garbage in Spanish?
Garbage? Garbage? Oh,
Sir, I believe you are
are you
wrong. It's
asking? Are you asking me how to say? Are you
yes,
talking?
in
Yeah, are you
Spanish.
asking me how to say? Yeah, basura way. Right here,
But
see?
I'm sorry.
I got
Can you
the,
please say
I
it one
got
more
el
time?
caje, got the basura way, el caje, you know. See, la basura.
Ekare?
Oh,
Or what is ekare? I
it's
don't
a
know.
bag, a bag.
A bag is bolsa.
No, see,
Yeah,
it's a
see.
container.
Bolsa. And
Look up container.
basura is garbage. No
Sure,
further
basura
questions.
is
I
garbage.
think the Mexican would know more about Spanish.
Yeah, sí, ¿cómo se dice?
Mm,
Woman's plain? Oh, it's terrible. Woman's plain my own
Okay,
language?
defense.
Does my
Defense,
partner
do you
here
have
have
any
any other questions?
redirects?
Your Honor, I mean everything that was just said. I think Admiral Gibbs really proved these allegations absolutely incorrect. I would like
And
to.
baseless.
I
And
would
baseless.
and baseless. I would like to again motion for the striking of all testimony insinuating that my client is transphobic.
Let's see, it's Espanol that's transphobic. No, it's me.
Yeah,
Okay. I will strike that. I will
No,
strike
no,
that.
thank you, Your
wait.
Honor.
We were talking about you being transphobic, though.
I know, no,
No, sorry,
it's me.
anti Mayo. Sorry, lactoid. That was
Neophobic.
the heart
He
of
is
that.
Yeah,
neophobic.
mayo no has spice. Yeah,
Neophobic.
see, mayophobic. Yeah, no me gusta mayo. It's no spicy.
Okay, maybe mayophobic will leave will leave, but the transphobic allegations will strike. Okay. Any further things, questions, defense?
No further questions.
Okay. Final closing arguments. We'll go prosecution first, then defense, and then we'll ask the jury, and we'll let the witnesses talk amongst themselves. Okay. So. Prosecution, final closing arguments.
Certainly. I'd like to again say thank you to everyone here showing up today in this trial of figuring out truly what Admiral Gibbs is. We've heard that he has claimed many ethnicities, many things, but the one thing that we have solid evidence to prove from 23andMe and from his own biological father that he is, in fact, and truly is a Russian man. He is impersonating a Mexican. We don't know why. We don't know when it started, but we do know that he is lying. And I plead with you today, jury, and everyone else here today, to please put this man as guilty. Guilty for him impersonating a Mexican man when he is in fact Russian. And please remember the 23andMe results. The jar of mayonnaise that is unfortunately pregnant with his son and was left all alone with no father in sight. The biological father here that we had test results done, paternity tests to prove that he is in fact his father. So please, if you believe in justice and if you believe in truth, you will find Admiral Gibbs guilty. Thank you.
Okay, defense closing arguments.
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. If this trial has proven anything, it has proven one thing. That my client, Admiral Gibbs, is a Mexican.
Heebs, lawyer, Heebs.
Admiral
No,
Heebs.
it's Admiral Vidcock.
Admiral
Let's get this
Heebs
right.
is Mexican. As Mexican as they come. As Mexican as a Taco Bell next door to a Corona brewery, a Modelo, a mariachi band, a bag of spicy chips, usually a variation of a well-known chip, but bright and red and spicy. This story of Gibbs's proud Mexican heritage was told by each of the witnesses in turn. We heard the story of the pure and not promiscuous Sabrina Moonbeam, who identified the father as Juan. Now, the former KGB operative known as Dmitry Vidcock, in the interest of undermining America and President Donald Trump, attempts to claim Gibbs as his son. How can we trust a known Russian agent? We then heard from Juan, Gibbs's actual father, who had provable, undeniable test results, proudly exclaiming that Juan, a Mexican man, was the father. Can't deny that. 3 other Juans confirmed this. That is 4 for the price of one. An
For the price of one, for the price of one.
An obviously paid shill from the Ass Center, Corey Campbell, a self-admitted pervert and deviant, admitted that he was here falsifying test results probably just to try to get with Miss Moonbeam. He said that as the actual motivation that he had. How can we trust somebody who's just simply trying to get with a woman? That's why he's here, to provide accurate test results. Oh, test results that are banking on an institution that's been around for 10 years, when he himself claims to have been in practice for 10 years. And so 10 years is important for him to establish his own credibility. Coincidence? I don't think so. We heard baseless testimony from his former roommate, who admitted he's just here to collect a debt. He wants to destroy Gibbs' reputation as revenge for what he perceives as a slight. He wants, for his own selfish reasons, for a Russian man with money, because he gets paid by the Russian government, to be labeled the father so he can collect his debt from him, as opposed from Juan, who was unfortunately deported by President Donald Trump, who President Donald Trump has came on and testified that he knows that Gibbs is Mexican and that he knows that the obviously falsified reports from the deviant Corey Campbell were in fact falsified. And if we can't trust Donald Trump about whether or not something was real or not, who can we really trust? I couldn't tell you. So we also heard strange testimony from an inanimate object. I want to let the record reflect that the testimony insinuating transphobia has been stricken. I want to let it be known that Admiral Gibbs here has testified himself that he has many Mexican women and that he does not engage with jars of mayonnaise. Who knows? Maybe his distaste of mayonnaise is what led this jar of mayonnaise to testify against him in the first place. At the end of the day, it's important that we respect someone's identity, especially when that identity is founded in the historical realities and the historical struggles that Admiral Gibbs has described to us here today. Anybody who would try to take away that from a person is attempting to take away that person's soul. I am here to defend Admiral Gibbs's soul, and I pray that all of you who respect the souls of innocent men vote that Admiral Gibbs is indeed what he says he is, and vote that he is indeed Mexican. Thank you.
Your Honor, Your Honor, I would like to add something. If that's okay. Just like my her mother with her three penis candles behind her.
Hey.
She was very adamant that she liked multiple men, but see, I have only liked multiple Mexican women, and you got it. Oh no, not the chocolate. Oh no, oh God. Oh, gracias. Oh, sorry. Oh no, sorry, mi amor. Sorry. No, you're the only Mexicana para mí. See, so Mentiroso. Never mind. I was joking. I only have a singular Mexican a woman in my life. Right. That's right. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anyway, never mind.
Moderators.
He just proved he was
we can-
Mexican.
Okay, moderators, we can get a poll in the Twitch
That was
chat,
a
and I will
flip-flop.
start a poll in the YouTube chat.
No, it's no
and
flip flop. Latinos are scary. Or wait.
Okay, moderators, if we can get a poll in the Twitch chat, I will start the poll in the YouTube
Can
chat.
it not
Okay.
be like 5 minutes long like last time, please?
Yeah.
She hit me
We'll
so
make
hard
it
it broke. Oh my God, the chancla is broken.
one
Wait.
moment. Okay. Well, not 1 moment. We'll make it like 1 minute. Okay. You all will have 1 minute. And then moderators, if you can just notify me of the result in the Twitch chat. All right. Poll. Okay. Guilty. Or not guilty. All right. In the meantime, witnesses. I know some of the witnesses had some things to say to each other. So if you wanted to get that out now.
And
Oh
then
my
the
god,
other-
pull up in Twitch.
I don't
There's
know
a
why
poll up in Twitch.
Yamamoto tried to pass off Buganans as Texas Roadhouse. It's para licor, and no sé.
Bro, you still had a steak. It doesn't matter. The steak. I just want my money.
Buchanan's is a licor. You only buy. You do shots. Como se dice shot, Oh, and
Sí.
uno pregunta para mi madre. ¿Por qué are those the sizes down below that you're used to now that they burned down? That seems more likely, more realistic. Because we had Vidcock here. I think that the shortest one is Vidcock's.
Why do you speak so ill of your father? You're a disgusting pervert. This is what this woman has made you.
No. Mama,
Micha Vidcock.
pull up that one on the far left, the short one. That's Vidcock's, right? I see his initials.
Where are the initials? I do not see initials.
See, right there.
This
the
is
bottom.
another one. You are allowing these Americans to sully your blood.
See, look right there at the
Do you
bottom.
understand what this opportunity
It says
looks like
VC.
to you? You are disgusting me. When do I get to take him?
No take, no take.
No,
Well,
you
you
are
get
being.
well.
We are
You can take
fixing
them
Okay.
you.
after.
You
You
are
can take them
broken.
after I
You are
get my
broken
money.
by these liberals.
There's
Ladies
no
and
libs here.
gentlemen, we will announce the results, okay? Twitch chat has voted and finds Mr. Gibbs guilty. And YouTube chat has also voted and found Mr. Gibbs guilty.
Yeah,
Oh
now,
well, I will
now
drink.
stop that Spanish accent, that fake Spanish accent.
I
Let's
don't
hear
even
your
know.
Russian accent.
Yeah,
I don't.
Ted.
I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
know any Russian. I don't
Yeah,
know
come
Russian.
on, Ted.
Yeah,
Big
you don't
cock.
know your father because of horror woman.
Yes, look at her. You know, it's the curly hair. That's what it is. It's really the
I
curls.
got the same type of hair.
Well, that I guess you're her
Okay.
too.
You don't
As
have
far as
hair at all. Shut mouth.
listen. When you live with me, you have revolving door of hookers. I know you ban her too. It's okay.
I'm glad
Watch.
the jury knows what the truth
Well,
is.
I
I'm
think
glad they can see through all of the lies.
no,
It's
All of
okay.
the
no.
We will
lies that this
appeal.
man has been spewing this entire time. He is, in fact, a Russian man, and thank you for the jury for realizing that.
I want to say one thing. The fact that my client was unjustly convicted proves that he is a minority. Thank you.
It also proves everything Donald Trump was saying. President Trump unfairly convicted. Obviously, he and I very close, and this was collusion and Russian influence to
How old
stop
were you
Trump
when
from
you
being
knew
reelected.
President Trump?
I mean, I'm only like 5 años. You know, we start drinking at cuatro. You know, in Mexico.
Okay.
You just have to see over the dash to be
And
able to
how
drink.
old were you when you were rooming with our other witness
In
Yamato?
he said 2 years, es 3 años. I would say about
Okay.
21 in American years.
21. Okay.
I'm glad that
Okay,
you are
well,
learning
thank
about
you
their
all
lie
for
years.
Like dog, I have 7 years for every American.
thank you all for joining us. This was fun.
Big cock, you can take your son now.
What?
I'm sorry.
Big cock, you can take your son now.
Put on something respectable. We have work to do.
Okay, let me
Work?
get the let
I'll
me
talk to you
change
soon.
after this into my kamisana. Okay, I got a kamisana. Okay, uno momento.
Thank you all for doing this. This was super fun. Uh, thank you. Once again. I think this is where I will call it. Are any of you live right now on any platform?
Gibbs is live on. I'm going to be getting off soon, but Gibbs is live on Twitch. I think it makes sense to.
Okay, yeah. All right, we're gonna go to Gibbs then on Twitch. So thank
Russian
you
man.
guys.
Thank you, Stardust. It's been very fun, by the way.
It has been
Appreciate
great
it.
fun.
Yes, thank
I
you.
was
Thank
gonna
you.
be honest. I was real worried when we first talked. I was like, this is a setup,
And
and
it's not. It's all
yeah,
theater.
yeah.
It's
The
all
only time I'm
theater.
gonna be honest, like, so this is gonna tell on me. The only time I'd ever watched you, it was 2 times, and somehow both times this happened. You were interviewing somebody that was trying to fuck their daughter, I guess, and I was like,
Whoa.
yeah, I don't want to,
What?
yeah, I guess it was some weird dude, and
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I don't know about this girl. She's over here getting people, and then so when you messaged me, now then everybody was like, oh, it's pranks. It's like bet, all right. And then you sent me that video. I was like, all right, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Uh,
you
I
for
do.
having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
yeah.
you.
Once again, if
Wait,
I
why is
offended
this not
anybody,
working?
I apologize. I was just playing a character.
No, you're good. This is meant to be offensive. It's still in the works. We're still like ironing out the kinks, but
No, I just want to get
Stardust
it
is figuring
clear.
out how to actually run this thing and not take 5 minutes between each piece of evidence.
I'm sorry. Maybe a slideshow in the future will be better. So so I will set that up for the next one. Okay. All right.
Well, thank you again for having us. It was great.
Thank you all
Very
for
fun.
doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it should be raining shortly here.
First of all, um, thanks, Feder, for the bits. This was like a LSD flashback. I was actually going to say something similar. You know, the whole thing was weird. They always are. But then, like, they brought on the jar, like the talking jar of mayonnaise. And it was like somebody in the comments, I think it was in one of the it was in one of the other chats. Somebody said like this seems like a pull from like an Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode where it's just like fucking bizarre. Or like a Courage the Cowardly Dog like situation. Like so, where you're just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? This is weird. This is weird. And I don't know, like, whether to laugh or to feel uncomfortable. um, uh, what am I doing? It was a lot of fun. And for all of you who tuned in, thank you so much. We're going to rate on out into Gibbs 2 shortly, or Gibbs as well shortly. So just some updates for next week. Monday show should go ahead just fine as scheduled. I'm not going to be traveling, I don't think. So that should be good. If that changes, I'll obviously make an announcement. But Monday show should be a go. And then anything else that comes up next week. It's difficult because I would like to do more political content, like political content in the sense of following the election. We still are kind of far out though. That's part of the problem. Like people are picking up and people are like trying to jump on it, but we're in March, and the election's in November. So, maybe I'll do like a Twitter poll or something of like, do you guys want to see some content like that, or is it a little bit too early? I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, the debates will always keep happening, and those aren't going to stop. But by the way, all of you who gave bits, subs, all that good stuff, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Always do. To those of you who are active in chat, really appreciate it. I know this was a little bit of a weirder one. I like to put in my titles, if it's not a debate, non-debate content, because I know that a lot of you guys are here for, you want to see serious content, and that's what you're here for. So, I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea and, oh my God, it's a fucking trial, and then people show up and see a talking jar of mayonnaise and not know what the fuck's going on. So, whenever you see that non-debate content, that's just me letting you know you're gonna come see some fucking wacky shit, and it's not gonna be serious, obviously. I thought that for this trial, this trial was, I thought I was going to have two co-attorneys, and one of them didn't show up, and the other one dropped out last second. So it was going to be like a 3-on-3, I think, and then we had two of the plaintiff's attorneys show up, the prosecutors, and then it was just me. So, like, I was trying to write down shit and trying to kind of seriously interrogate people while also being able to respond quickly to what was happening at the same time. So, I did what I could do, but I think my performance was better on the trial of Adarias as opposed to this one. But it was still worth it. It was still fun. We got a loss. We got hit with a guilty verdict, unfortunately. But, you can't win them all, unfortunately. It's just as it is. Oh, well. Anyway. If you haven't followed me yet, please consider giving me a follow. If you want to see more content like this in the future, but also other content too. Political content. Trump was hilarious. The Trump guy was genuinely funny. He was genuinely funny. I liked him a lot. Yeah, he was funny. When Fairy Queen came out with like the sort of like slatternly, hippie hitchhiker vibe, that was funny as hell as well. I thought that was hilarious. Um, those two, I think, were the best, honestly, participants in the whole thing. They were really good. Yeah. Well, anywho, uh, like I said, really appreciate it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and write on out into Gibbs, and yeah, have fun, stay safe.